gosh, I got the hiccups. Oh boy. This is gonna be the end of me.
I thought the big branch was gonna break off, and I was gonna be like, she's gonna die. Center gravity, people.
That is annoying.
Good thing it wasn't a dude. I just meant that because really, I don't actually know what it feels like as a female. All I know is it really hurts as a dude. That's all I'm saying. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Wait, I need to know the resolution to this. I need to know the resolution. What? Someone's filming him? Okay, I think it's a tripod. It's either a tripod or just the world's worst friend. I'm hoping it's a tripod, but how do you not? Did you not realize? I need to know if you realized it. Did the house burn down?
Oh gosh.
Did the camera?
My gosh, do I hate myself.
By the paramedics after the fact? I need to know. Humans can be that flexible. I can't even get my legs to go 90 degrees apart from each other. Like, this is me. This is me right here. My legs, if I'm trying to do the splits, that's maximum, pretty much. And then I saw this woman the other day at the gym who was like, we're not just talking the splits, like she had a box. She had a box set up on one end, and then her other leg was just on the ground. And she was like bending, she was like this. She was like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. How do you
Okay, Alexander's right. I have way too many of those. Tone it down there with the hiccups.
That was pretty sweet, actually. Reminds me of when I was a lot younger. Friends and I, like one of us would lay down, kind of on our back in cannonball position. Someone else would sit on the person's feet, and then we just worked great until I think someone landed on their tailbone like real hard. Then we kept doing it. He didn't even react, like it wasn't good. It didn't even work. Why would you think that's a good idea? Why would you ever think that's a good idea? Oh my God, okay.
Oh, I hate myself so much.
I want to tour one of the companies one day that actually makes inflatable toys. I don't think I've ever met someone who works for a company that designs, creates big inflatable party things. It's just not something that's I've never crossed paths with it. I feel like I've met so many people who are in so many different industries, but that one, just hasn't. It had nothing to do with really anything going on, but I saw the thing and I was like, you know what? Anybody out there watching this work in that industry and or have a family member who's worked in that industry? Hit me up. Could have told you that wasn't going to go right. decided that you wanted to stack bricks, which is weird. Did you say, I'm going to stack bricks on this inside? And then you said, where inside can I do it? I'm going to do it on the glass coffee table. Just
I hate the hiccups.
Hey, you know, at least it didn't hit the house. I feel like if I were doing that, I'd prefer to just get knocked out rather than destroying the roof of my house. Also, I wouldn't be doing that, but just saying. Hey, it's another inflatable thing, right? One day I'm going to meet someone who works on these. Oh, this seems safe. This seems real safe. That seems extremely safe. Oh, god darn it! I wanted that to work! That was pretty sick! Oh man! That's such a letdown. That was... Dude, and next time I'm sure he wasted it. This was earlier in the video. That's pretty unfortunate. Okay. Well, hey, still the reigning champion. If you have any recommendations for further Try Not to Laugh videos that I should watch, feel free to tweet them to me. Just make sure it includes the phrase Try Not to Laugh in it so I can search it up. And other than that, make sure to like if you like. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to see more Try Not to Laughs. And you can play along yourself. Subscribe if you're not already. And if you want to check out outro music or new music, that's in the outro as well. Alright, I'll see you next time. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Try Not to Laugh challenge video. This time, once again, we're doing the Reddit thing. We did this, I think, in like the second Try Not to Laugh video that I did. I think this is taking clips from the same source, but probably different ones than we watched last time. And judging by the comments, I feel like it could be kind of challenging. I was
Perfect.
doing so good, and then the snow dog got me. The dog, I guess we have to look out for this dog. I want to try to not be too prepared for it. See, 1 minute 20. Got you lost, and then so it could be difficult. At least we know there's a dog in it. So that's my weakness, as you know. If this doesn't get me though, then we'll go back to animals next time around. But I suppose we should get started with things. And here we go. Okay, wait. That's one of my age 4. It's only a game. I love that clip though. Really, I feel like I've linked that. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? I feel like I've linked that on at least like triple digit occasions to people. It's so relevant on so many levels. Okay, sorry to interrupt. Let's get back into it. Into the game.
You spend far too much time with your computer. It's not healthy.
It's my life.
That's so very, very sad.
So far, this has been, maybe I've just been like a happier mood or something this morning, but so far I've had some liver just a little bit more difficult, which makes me really worried. Because if it's so far like this, then what's going to happen when I get to the dog? Alright, emotions. Jesus Christ. I can't break. Here we go. Sorry, I know people are going to be like, whoa, but when you pause the video, it gives you a moment to recompose yourself. You need to go through, straight through, no talk, but I got it here. Good.
Thank you.
Have you ever had a dream
That's awesome.
that you
No, that's not what I wanted. Stop that. There we go. What did I want to do? Right, ladders. That was my whole plan. Sorry that I'm doing this right now. I just... It's always good to have a reference. Also, this can shut up. Really? That's a really slow mouse. So that appears out of nowhere. Okay. My favorite part. Parts that can't be explained. And that also appears technically... That's a single solid ladder. That's something different. I'm gonna need to check something. Please let me have this in here. Huh.
I didn't even see the. I was too busy watching the shelf fall to realize that you get knocked unconscious when. What? What was that reaction though to the hitting?
That's interesting. Wait.
The kid didn't even hit his head. It was just bumped up against the thing and then just gave up on life. Oh my god. Alright, but I'm definitely not getting word for word.
No, I won't sign that here. Interesting. Okay. So the ladder that goes from here to here is a single solid ladder, but the ladder that goes from here down to here is not a single solid ladder. I guess adapting your backgrounds was not a major focus for when you updated them for use in Sub 10, I guess. Well, that's right, I gotta add that thing.
There's just no way. It couldn't have been. If that was real.
This arm.
Imagine the scenario there, okay? You're peeing, and it's lasting long enough to where your mom starts calling you in enough times that you're like, alright, I'm gonna take out my phone. We'll reach into
Got a thing.
peeing, by the way.
By the way, you can say whatever you want. If you have any suggestions or critiques, that's absolutely fine. Right, but first, chamfer box. Ah, it's you. Oh, gee, thanks 3DS Max. You're real helpful.
I heard that too. I thought I was crazy. That was pretty good. Did I lose at the dog with
No, not quite. There's definitely no.
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the footage, and you can decide.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Did I win? Or did I lose? You vote. You're the judge.
More, slightly more fillet, but less height.
Uh-oh. I may still just completely lose yet. Hopefully not. Composure.
Trust ball. Okay, trust ball. Ready, set, go.
Recycling mode.
Sta nevicando tantissimo. Fatti una corsa.
Looks significantly indented in there though, so I'm gonna have to do a thing.
Come on, give it all you got. Go!
Cut. Where is cut? Cut. Doodaloo.
Hey, it's that guy from Cutie Pie's videos. I know it's like I feel like there are probably a lot of people though in the world who
This
would
game?
react like, oh, that's the guy from Cutie Pie's videos.
Because that would definitely be
Like,
interesting.
oh, that's-
I want inset. That's up here.
Hey guys, Dr. Eric is playing a little bit of DayZ. For once I got lucky and spawned close to something that appears to be.
Okay. You need to be smooth.
Does that count though at least? Did you win?
I think you guys have to be hard though, for my purposes. No. You.
Okay. Well, I guess
That's
I'll
fine.
really have to decide because I feel like I made it through the rest of the video, made it through Snow Dog without missing a beat. But why is it? Am I just
That is
sure
absolutely
that
fine.
Is what sets me off. The one thing that God damn it.
Now,
I feel like everyone.
wait, vertex, target weld,
'Cause I want.
you to you, you to you.
Come on. Daring me. Well, okay. Well, we're gonna end it off there. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the comments below the description if you want to see whether I won or lost. And yep, subscribe if you're not already. If you want to check out the music you're listening to right now, check out their music. Link in the outro. I'll see you next time. It's been a long time since I've done
The
a
Y
Friday Night
value.
challenge, and it's not because I'm
Control
really
C.
good at them, but it is kind of because I'm really phenomenal at them. And I'm like, can it be that interesting for you guys to watch me just kill the game and not laugh the entire time? I don't know, but we're switching it up a little bit here. This is a subreddit called
Okay.
YouTube Haiku, and it's for really short YouTube videos that are either like, well, 14 or 30 seconds, usually humorous in nature. And I'm going to go through some of the last posts of the month here and see if I can not laugh. And I figure this could actually be a better approach than going into one of those try not to laugh videos.
What am I looking for?
Sometimes those aren't all that funny. This could be hit or miss too.
Extrude.
But I think it'll be better than one of those pre-done try
Whoa,
not to
okay,
laugh
no,
videos.
you go away.
Start with a pug one because pugs are
Yeah,
my
you?
the only time I've ever cracked. As you may remember, it was a pug video.
You extrude.
I won't.
How much are you extruding by? Way too much. Whoa, that is way too much.
I'll be honest, it was kind of close.
Okay, wireframe.
They get to me. Especially, I don't know why it is. It's not even just dogs as a whole, but pugs. And I guess, dude,
That's
able
good.
to get a whole bunch of chicken nuggets with that $100 bill, and it's not playing around. Who's gonna just eat that thing up, go to McDonald's, and just buy a bunch of them? Okay, let's see. We'll go with vaping saves lives. Disclaimer.
Perfect.
It doesn't. Be smart with your life choices and stuff like that. And yeah, right. So wait. So the poetry tag means it's under 30 seconds. Haiku means it's under 14 seconds. If you're wondering what.
What textures do I have for metal in this one?
Dude, this looks like something out of Brain.
I guess I have this one?
And of course, we've got the Vape Nation showing up. It's like the first video there. It didn't get me, but that looked like something out of the 90s. It was just Brink, basically.
Ooh, that felt nice in my neck.
Alright.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to not also smile like in between here, okay? I'm trying
Yo soy el rey de Mexico.
the entirety of the video, just so that no one has any reason
That's the only Spanish I know.
that I didn't successfully make it. I gotta be so.
This is really useless Spanish.
Next one, Coyote.
Whereas in French, I can say...
From the
What can I say in French? Je parle français, mais je ne sais pas comment parler beaucoup de mots en français. No, you edge. You don't need to be there. Remove.
It's November 8th. Oh, what's what I say? What is November 8th? Christmas. It's not funny at all. I don't want Christmas. I know it's a joke. I don't want Christmas things ever. And there is a
Okay.
person down the street who has Christmas lighting up already. And it's been up for
Cut.
2 days now. Are you kidding me? Why is your Christmas stuff up? It is mid-November. It just hit mid-November. And it is not even Thanksgiving yet. And your Christmas lights are up on your house. And they're colored red.
So
and
you
green.
and
Why? You have
you
almost 2 months.
can
Oh my God. I should
go
be
away.
so upset, but it's-
And that's good. What does the triangulation look like now?
This is LA. This is 100%. This is LA. There is no mistaking. this.
Better than
This
nothing.
is actually the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's not something I laugh at. It's just more like, wow, I can actually relate to this. This is incredible. It's beautiful. It's not necessarily try not to laugh content challenge stuff, but quality.
Always
Really
hit save.
incredible. I wish I had thought of that myself. You actually get parking signs like that in LA, like Culver City, especially. You're just like, well, what's the point of this? Why don't you just say like, you just can't park here ever? It just doesn't. Just don't bother. There's like 20 parking restrictions on this, and I can't possibly sort through all of them.
I need to name you. You are
Can you just put another sign that's like, maybe when I can't
dungeon symbol
Is it between
plaque.
the numbers of X and X on this
And
day of the
you
week?
belong
If you're a normal
in the
person, you can
dungeon.
park here. Otherwise, just don't worry about it. Really, just don't. It's so ridiculous. Testing Facebook's ad listening theory. Oh, this was a thing last week that I saw. That apparently, if you talk about certain things that you've never even searched for on your phone, you've done
Now,
nothing
ladder
but
2
search
lines
for
up directly with that.
Facebook will actually adapt
That
like
is
listening to what you're saying.
interesting.
I haven't tested it myself, but that's the video that I saw. I'm not alleging anything is going on. I'm not making any defamatory claims here against Facebook. I am simply reciting what I saw in another video. So that's the background of this.
Hey guys, so there's this theory going around the internet right now that Facebook has been listening into conversations you have throughout the day so that it can give you ads that are tailor-made for the things you say.
I guess he explains it.
Test that theory today. I've never seen a single episode of Rick and Morty, and I've never even looked it up at all. So I'm going to spend a
actually murdered a dude on Skybounds on Minecraft earlier today, and his name was Pickle Rick, and I was happy about that. I enjoy the show. I haven't watched the new season, but all of that McDonald's stuff makes me want to die a little bit. Like the people giving all the McDonald's employees the worst time ever because of that. No, honestly, it's the worst. Anyway,
And I want
Dan Scooter.
just
We got you going on your scooter. We got you scooting this thing. Oh,
That's so nice. That was fake, right? I'm hoping that was fake. You can't believe everything you see on the internet. That had to be said. You know, you didn't see her face. Okay, I wouldn't even be able to laugh at that. It's just sad. It was real, but it's not real.
There.
Whoever was doing that looks like they actually got hit by the car, which is a hell of a
Now
commitment to
this.
YouTube content. Okay, Wednesday Ducks.
Can be moved
No idea
that
what's
way a
inside of
bit.
this title, but anywho, you got some Mythbusters. That's always quality. I don't get it. I must have missed out on some context there. The original clip is actually funnier, I think, because I've seen the original episode of Mythbusters, and I think that's actually funnier. How it feels when someone forces you to watch a long YouTube video. It's like the story of my life. Hey, this video is funny. We'll watch it. And there's no reason. I don't show people YouTube videos anymore. Except here, I'm showing you YouTube videos. Are you
Fuck.
laughing? No?
Fuck.
Okay.
That's not a separate.
I know what it's like to be the guy showing that video. I've learned from my mistakes though, alright? If you want to show someone a piece of content, it has to be short, and it has to be something where like you've already seen someone else show it to someone, and then you've seen enough of the sample of that that you're confident that they're gonna laugh. Otherwise, don't do it. It's just not gonna turn out well for you. You're gonna establish a reputation for yourself of being the guy who doesn't show funny videos to other people, and then they're just gonna be.
Wow, that's just very.
And then they're just not gonna laugh. So, it's my advice to you, as someone who's sort of established that reputation for himself. Anyway.
Badly layered on top of itself.
That was wildly unexpected. Quality. It got me close, but it didn't get me, because I am a rock, and I show no emotion, and I'm still showing no emotion in between watching these clips, okay? I kind of wish that when I opened the bag of popcorn, it would just start feeding me, but also, I'm trying to avoid popcorn, because that's, it's high calories. I'll opt for, like, some...
I actually need to move
low-calorie
another one of
snacks.
you.
That kind of snack. Low-calorie ice cream. Super bomb, by the way. Suicide Story. I don't want to get my video demonetized, so we'll go with the Mystery Game's Vast Vocabulary. Oh, this is that's Scooby-Doo, which I haven't seen in ages. I used to watch Scooby-Doo all the time. I'd get up at like 6 a.m. when I was younger, turn on Cartoon Network, they'd be showing episodes of Scooby-Doo. I was all over it. I saw every episode. I wasn't expecting that, and it was close. I mean, I thought they were gonna throw something in there, but I didn't from the beginning. You almost got me. All right, here's the top YouTube haiku of the last month. And again, like not all these are necessary. It's not necessarily voted on like what's the funniest. So it could be any of these in here that set me off, and this might not be the best one, but still, it's the top YouTube haiku of the last month. So we'll see how it goes. I suppose a very original. Yeah, like that one wasn't necessarily meant to make you laugh, I don't think. But now I kind of want to do that myself. The problem is that when I'm sitting on my toilet paper holder, it comes towards me if I'm taking the thing off, so it wouldn't be as good. Like the pushing away seems like a much better format for that. Whereas I'd have to bring it towards me, and what if the used up paper towel roll, whatever, toilet paper roll, like lands on my legs, kind of then goes down that, you know, the spot right in the middle of the front of your legs, there's a gap between the front of your legs and the toilet seat, it lands in there and then it falls in the water. That's what I'm worried about. These are the life's biggest concerns, okay? Yes, I guess you can't do that. Okay, well, I mean, I successfully managed to not laugh at any of those clips. Feel very accomplished, because I'm the best at trying not to laugh challenges. Hey, if you have recommendations for places to go to find good try not to laugh challenges, feel free to comment them. I'm always open to it. I'll try more of these if you want me to. I'm too good. I'm already that's a challenge. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, if you like, check out the listen to if you want to catch one of these try not to laugh challenge videos, subscribe to me already, and if you want to listen to the background right now, click the outro or on their YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.
Okay.
Alright, it is I, your reigning world champion at the Try Not to Laugh Challenge National International League of Not Laughing. We're back with another Try Not to Laugh Challenge, which I will conquer effortlessly, because that is what I do. Now, I got some comments on the last one saying that the clips were a little bit underwhelming, not necessarily as funny as usual, so we're going back to the original approach of using one of the Try Not to Laugh montages. I looked around, this one had a lot of comments from people saying they lost. So I figured it might be a decent challenge. We'll see if there are any bugs it might actually be. But otherwise, it has some good ratings. I don't like to spoil it by watching through, you know, beforehand. So we're going in blind, but judging by the initial freeze frame here, it could be a doozy. That said, suppose we should get going. All right, we gotta do the little shake away all the feelings, shake away the emotions, just shake them out. Can't feel anything. Don't feel just blank. Yeah, emotionless nothingness. The void within me must grow larger. Alright, here we go. Can I just say, I don't know why in these compilations they do the repeat slow-mo thing. It doesn't make it funnier. But it was a quality clip. Let me just say that. But the slow-mo, it doesn't really make it funny. Anyway. I didn't realize what that was at first.
I'll deal with that later. That's not my priority right now.
Get one of these T-Rex costumes. See, that was actually kind of a funny clip, but I was just thinking about the one where I saw a guy in a T-Rex costume jump into a raft in the middle of a pond, and all I could think about was how if he missed the raft, he would have drowned in a T-Rex costume. It just seems like a disappointing way to go. I think they're in a Rolls Royce here. This is very fancy. Let's continue. Never mind, they're not. I can't identify car interiors, so don't mind me.
Okay, that's...
I just want to see you get it out. You're going to get sprayed by water, right? There you go. This is a weird way to do it.
Okay, I need a donut now.
Is that a mannequin? Good lord. I'm good inside, just like him. Also deaf. That's me. Over on the left right there. We share the same expression. Good job. He was trying to do the do not show emotion challenge on the roller coaster too.
Okay.
This is why I live alone. Standing ovation. Encore. It's really incredible performance.
See, you got it, dude. Just fuck it. Oh.
How does that even happen? See, this is gonna just
That was not something I should have had to do.
never mind, he's okay. You just hear the sirens in the distant background. How did this even happen?
I am 60 gold million and have a PlayStation 3, Hardcore, Xbox One, or Xbox 360. I'm playing whatever game I want.
Damn, what a savage though.
My dad
It's all over. It's all that's it. He just killed the rap battle about who's cooler because the parents are cooler. Dude, I support it. It's fact of the matter. GTR beats PlayStation, Xbox, all the above. Just sealed the deal. Good job, kiddo.
Smile, Daddy.
Hold on. Was that a remote control car? Or did that dog straight up
Wait.
know what to do there? And just drove up, paused,
Aha.
freeze frame, drove away. Did it actually do that itself? Because, god damn. I'm still not laughing. It's just as impressive. You didn't have like a medical issue or something. No, you're okay? Alright, that's good.
Come back from third. Alright. Okay. What you doing? I ain't going. Yes, you are. I ain't going to sleep. So you do?
He skipped some. I knew you would. There's 26. Come on, go.
I ain't going to sleep.
13 seconds.
I ain't going.
You get 13 seconds.
I ain't going. Yes, you are. I'm not going. I'm going to sleep.
13 seconds.
Perfect. Okay.
Good night.
so quick. That dude has some mega resistance. My goodness. That was actually the closest one so far. Anesthesia clips.
Books.
Some weaknesses, but I think I held out just fine. I just saw a clip the other day of the same dog, same owner, trying to I can't remember if it was a ball or if it was treats, just try a bunch of tries of the dude throwing a treat at the dog, and misses every time. And there were 15 consecutive ones. Montage. Felt so badly for that dog. No spatial awareness, but it was cute. Door.
I can't go underneath the toilet. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow, that's a real punk. They can't even climb under the door.
How am I gonna get off? Tell me.
There's gotta be a gap. No? Okay. Yeah.
Get up, battle, get up,
That wheel, that seems really dangerous.
Interesting.
I hope that wasn't real.
I hate that. Why does it do that? Don't do that, 3ds Max. You hurt my feelings when you do that. Okay, that's my guide, but how long is the box?
There were some in there that I think under normal circumstances I would definitely have laughed at, but I'm completely suppressing all my emotions. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all, but I will say there were some funnier ones in there than there were in our
60.
Anyway, again, if you have any suggestions for either specific clips I should try not to laugh to, or montages that you think are exceptionally good,
Okay.
tweet at me, Sparkles, on Twitter. Tweet links to the clips or the try not to laugh completed videos. I'm gonna float your boat.
Get you out of there. Now I want you. Okay. A regular length and width on either ends. Hello? Yeah? Pierogies. Yes. Okay. Bye.
Follow me. What? What?
Thank you, Black Haube? Haube? I can't tell what language that is, and if it's Japanese or just German or whatever. Please tell me. It's likely German? But, you know, I can never be sure.
Usually I would say this in a fun and joking way, but in all honesty, today's episode deals with very serious, very sad, and very scary topics. This is, without question, the darkest, most emotional episode of game theory to date. Just be warned, this episode gets intense. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory! So, you made it past that initial warning, huh? Consider yourself brave, do ya? Well, it's now time to get serious and scary. Today we're talking about Petscop, the scariest game that, sadly, you'll probably never play. You see, 5 months ago, March 12th, 2017, a brand new YouTube channel began uploading Let's Play videos of an incomplete PlayStation 1 style game entitled Petscop. The person playing, who never introduces himself but we'll call Paul, since that's what he names his save file, simply says that Petscop is a game that he found, and that he's uploading videos of it to prove that everything he's been saying about this game is real. This is just to, prove to you that I'm not lying about this game.
I'm not going exactly off of this. However,
Our mission is to collect quirky little creatures called pets. Not by battling them, but rather by solving puzzles. For instance, one pet named Wavy is a rain cloud, so you catch its water droplets in a bucket. Another named Pen hides out
I think with
board and you have to use a
these 5 bricks,
Yankee fanfare flaps out every time a new pet is added to your collection. This area is known as the Gift Plane, and the first signpost tells us that this world once provided home to over 100 different pets, but now only 48 remain. Another sign encourages us to find somebody that we like, that we don't have to love them right away. Huh, that's an odd thing to say. And a third tells us not to be discouraged if the pets run. They do want a home, but they're just afraid, and that it's our job to show them that there's nothing to fear. Okay, sure, but then in the process of solving the next puzzle, Paul proceeds to steal the water from a flower, smack its head with a bucket, cause it to wilt, and then huzzah! A new pet is caught. Not quite the way to show our new pet kindness, but hey, it filled up one of our slots in the Pokedex. In the first couple minutes, you can already tell that things in this game are a bit unsettling. The game is unfinished, the sound effects are distorted and weird, the in-game text just feels off. And let's be honest, your character has an olive green bud for a face. But it's 6 minutes into the first video of the series when things start to get really unusual. Paul reveals that he found
wait, I know exactly what to do.
player to go to a specific room and punch in a code. As soon as he does this, the goofy music cuts off. Something about this game has changed. He leaves the building and we're suddenly no longer in the white and pink world
Okay.
of the Gift Plane, but in some
That's
sort
better.
of underworld, a layer beneath the surface game. And this is where the true mystery of Petscop begins. It's in this underworld where over the next 9 videos we watch Paul encounter dead children, disfigured sprites, Paul censoring images for unknown reasons, and a haunted, cursed game capable of acting on its own. Now, it should be fairly obvious that Petscop is a game created by Paul, but can we admire the meta-ness of this for a second? It's a fake Let's Play of a fake game purposely built with glitched code and a dark hidden secret, all in an attempt to create a real-life creepypasta like the story of Ben Drowned. You know, the one the tale April 18th, 2000. Evergreen, Colorado. Born into an abusive home, Candace Tiara Elmore had been taken away from her family by social services at age 5. Separated from her younger siblings, Michael and Chelsea. After 2 years being passed around between foster homes, Candace had finally been adopted by a middle-aged nurse named Jean Newmaker. With the adoption would come a new life for Candace, as well as a new name, Candace Elizabeth Newmaker. But the adoption wasn't a smooth one. Jean reported that Candace exhibited severe psychological and behavioral problems, setting fires in the house, assaulting other children, destroying property. It's unclear whether these reports are true, as others claim Candace was a sweet, polite child. But regardless, when medication and counseling proved ineffective at healing their relationship, Jean decided to try an experimental new form of treatment aimed at helping adopted children connect with their new parents, something known as attachment therapy. That Tuesday morning, as a part of her 2 weeks of treatment, 10-year-old Candace Newmaker was meant to simulate being born as a means of helping her reattach to her new mother. As a part of this so-called rebirthing, 2 therapists wrapped Candace in a flannel blanket, covered her in pillows, and sat on her, along with 2 other fully grown adults. 673 pounds of combined weight resting on the girl's face, chest, and 70-pound body. The following lines are direct excerpts from the transcript of the session. And again, I offer you one final warning. Click to the timestamp you see pictured on screen if you'd like to skip this section. So, little baby, are you ready to be born? If you stay in there, you're going to die, and your mommy is going to die. That's one of the 2 therapists in the room speaking to Candace in her make-believe blanket booth. In these first few minutes, Candace is clearly confused about what she's meant to do as a part of this role play. Where am I supposed to come out? Right here? Where my finger is? No response. After struggling to free herself for 7 minutes, Candace cries out, "Who's sitting on me? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't breathe. Please quit pushing on my head. I can't do it." Still no response. For the next 10 minutes, she continues to cry for help, for oxygen. Candace begins to shout that she's dying. Still no response. 16 minutes in, Candace, confused and desperate to escape, asks, "You want me to die for real? Die right now and go to heaven." The therapist replies, still sitting on her, "Go ahead and die right now. For real. For real." 20 minutes in, still stuck in a blanket under the combined weight of 673 pounds, Candace begins to vomit and defecate onto herself. The only response from the 2 therapists, "Go ahead, stay in there with the poop and vomit." 40 minutes in, therapist. She gets to be stuck in her own puke and poop. It's her own life. Quitter, 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 quit, 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 quit. She's a quitter. This baby doesn't want to live. She's a quitter. At this point, Candace has gone silent. Still. And yet the torture continues. 70 minutes after wrapping this 10-year-old in a blanket and sitting on her, the 5 adults in the room finally decide that she can come out, saying, "Let's talk to the twerp." Upon seeing her lying on the ground, oh, there she is, sleeping in her vomit. But obviously Candace wasn't sleeping. She had passed out due to the lack of oxygen. Her brain now dead. Her face and fingers blue. She died later that day. A year later, the 2 therapists would be found guilty of reckless child abuse, receiving a 16-year prison sentence, of which they served 7. Everyone else in the room, the 2 other adults sitting on the child, as well as Jean Newmaker, who watched it all happen, only received minor slaps on the wrist. Obviously, this is a horrific story. The tragedy of an innocent girl raised in the worst possible situation, mistreated by greedy and callous individuals. It's awful, showcasing some of the worst depths of humanity possible. But I share it with you because connecting the events of Candace Newmaker's story to the haunted game Petscop helps explain the core themes and disturbing imagery of this creepy web series. The first and most obvious connection is that you are called Newmaker in the game. In one of the underground rooms, you find a device named Tool that answers the questions that you ask. When Paul asks, "Who am I?" it responds with Newmaker. When asked, "Where am I?" the answer it returns is under the Newmaker plane. So already we see a direct name connection, but that's far from the only one. In Petscop Part 3, Paul finds a note with a lot of disturbing information on it. But the sentence that stands out reads, "Tiara says young people can be psychologically damaged beyond rebirthing." Not only do we have the mention of rebirthing, the same procedure that took Candace's life, further supported by a note found during PetScop 2. It reads, "Do you remember being born?" Question similar to what the therapists asked Candace before she was wrapped in blankets. Interestingly enough, when you ask that same question back to Tool, it responds with, "I am not Tiara." Again, reinforcing the idea of birth with Tiara, and implying that she does understand being born, or at least understands the concept of being reborn. The "I am not Tiara" can also be a reference to Tiara no longer being Candace's real name after her rebirth. She had been reborn as a new maker. It's also worth noting in a huge piece of evidence supporting this theory that the "Do you remember being born" note is found on the wall of a room that is clearly labeled
There's
as the
something
Quitter
wrong
room.
here.
A direct reference to Candace's story where the therapists repeat over and over, "Quitter, quitter, quit." There are also other smaller name parallels as well. For instance, PetScop was supposedly made by the company Carolina, a completely made-up game developer. Candace is born and adopted in the state of North Carolina. Candace in real life also had a brother named Michael, and there just so happens to be a child's tombstone in the game with the name Michael on it. And of course, the name Candace is only one letter off from one of the pet names in the game, Grandis. That last point also brings up one of the recurring themes that we see present throughout PetScop: the parallels between the pets and children. Because in the game, you can actually catch both. On the gift plane, remember the cute and fun top world, you catch pets, birds, plants, little purple meatballs. In the underground, the new maker plane, we see Paul catch a crying human girl named Care, listed in the pet roster as Care NLM. And we know that she's a human. The game makes this distinction very clear.
Now this can be added to
It's a building
you.
with rooms for thousands of children. In fact, you can visit the rooms of both Care and Michael. But there's also a hole in the front. It's kind of like an ATM where you can make deposits. When Paul tries to deposit one of his pets in episode 7, the game clearly gives him the prompt that the child library only accepts people. But when he tries to deposit Care NLM in video 9, it works, establishing that as new maker, you are catching everything. It's also worth noting the significant parallels between the gift plane and the new maker plane. Designs that appear in the background animation of the gift plane directly reference patterns you see on blocks hidden in various rooms throughout the underground, with actions performed on the surface level directly impacting what's happening down below. For instance, Paul walking on the treadmill in the keyboard room times out perfectly with him plucking flower petals underground in the new maker plane. Times out exactly. It just goes to show that these two worlds are connected, with the game trying to prove the point that adoption, to some people like Gene Newmaker, is the equivalent of getting themselves a new pet. In fact, the themes of adoption and forced love are perhaps the defining feature of PetScop. As I mentioned before, the signs at the very beginning of the game tell you that the pets want to find a good home, but that they'll run because they're scared. Your job is to show them love. Instead, you trick them, beat them, and trap them in order to catch them. Even Care NLM, the in-game description makes it clear that you lied to her in order to capture her. And this is just like Candace and other children looking for adoption. They're looking for a good home, and although they're scared, through love and patience, they'll eventually learn love and trust their new parents. But just like Paul's character in the game, Gene Newmaker used violence to try and force Candace to love her. In fact, here's a quote from one of the websites covering the Newmaker story. "She acted not like a mother, but an outraged consumer. She seems to have thought that when she adopted Candace, she had a right to a normal parent-child relationship. When Candace's natural bond with the mother she'd shown for her first 6 years persisted, Newmaker took Candace to Evergreen to be cured of it." End quote. This mentality is reflected through the recurring gift imagery present throughout the game. Both pets and children in PetScop are seen as gifts. The gift plane is where the player can find a pet to bring home. In the underworld, Michael's grave is in the shape of a gift box. The quote on his tombstone is that Mike was a gift. This parallels the real-life saying that a child is a gift from God, but it makes the child into a commodity rather than a person. And just like a gift, it promotes the idea that the child can be returned if it's defective. In PetScop, the little girl Care has 3 forms. Care A, a happy, established in the Petscop community that NLM stands for Nobody Loves Me, but the game shows us through their description that there is hope for Care. You're the new maker. You can turn Care NLM to Care A and close the loop. Instead, immediately after reading that, Paul abandons her, dropping her off in the deposit slot from the child library and getting the message, you've decided to leave Care NLM. In case you change your mind in 6 months, you can take her back. She had the ability to recover, but instead he gives up on her, returning her like a defective item from the store. Care was a gift, just a gift that he didn't want. It's the same in real life as between 10 and 25% of U.S. adoptions end in similar sorts of returns. Big number. And if there was still doubt the connection between Candace's story and Petscop, look at the dates. Candace died in April of 2000. Exactly 1 year later, in April of 2001, the therapists were sentenced to 16 years in prison. 16 years. On April 1st, 2017, Petscop's second video is uploaded. The one where the locked door allowing access to the New Maker plane and Candace's story mysteriously opens up on its own, after Paul himself admits that he's never been able to figure out how it opens before. April 2017, exactly 16 years after trial, the exact date when the therapists were supposed to be released from prison, bringing the Candace story to a close. But the story of Candace and what she represents, adopted children struggling to find loving homes, those aren't stories that should remain buried under happy-go-lucky facades. And Petscop is a game that seems to want to ensure that these stories continue to be heard. I added to it a bit here, but the Candace New Maker theory is currently the most widely accepted of the Petscop fan theories, pieced together by an incredible fan community picking apart every detail of this cryptic web series. And personally, I'm a firm believer in it. The parallels are just too strong to real life. That said, I don't believe it's the whole story. There is so much to unpack in this web series. The mysterious items Paul censors, the character of Mike Hammond, Tool getting possessed, the disappearing Windman, Marvin, and the Black Monster Man, who the game was originally made for, and on and on and on. If you are at all interested, I encourage you to join the community of theorists and give the series a look. It is great proof that is well worth your time trying to unwrap something that has clearly had a lot of time and attention put into it. It is my hope that we'll get another installment, or who knows, maybe even an actual version of the game sometime soon. But until then, I think the most appropriate way to end today's episode is to tell someone that you love them. Tell them that they're important to you and that you appreciate them. No one should ever have to go through this world thinking that nobody loves them. So share some love today. And remember, it's all just a theory. Not the love, just the game theory. Thank you guys. If you believe in smart, well-researched content, then please consider subscribing. Help us make that long trek to 10 billion subscribers. It's like the last achievement I need to unlock in this game of YouTube. And I will see you all for something that I guarantee is a little bit less heavy next week. I got it! Eureka! I got it! Put your jokes away, Internet, because this scene makes absolutely perfect sense. Buckle up, kiddos, because we're gonna solve this one month before...
Okay. What am I missing? I'm missing all the wires. I'm missing this plug socket.
Now, there's one thing YouTube loves, it's this game. Just look at the success of Captain Smartphones or Sky Does Minecraft, or the recent explosion of channels like the Diamond Minecart, Popular MMOs, and S Sunday. It all points to one thing, that years after its release, Minecraft is just as strong as ever. And the game continues to evolve. Over on GD Live, I was fortunate enough to play around with one of its newest features, a literal working phone built inside of the game. Ordering a real-life pizza through a phone built of torches and redstone. Oh yeah, while we were at it, we kidnapped the pizza girl. Thanks again, Dallas. Anyway, what all this shows is that Minecraft is, quite literally, an endless game. Which is why, when the full version of the game finally did come out, it was a bit odd that it hadn't ended. It felt strange. But it wasn't just putting an ending on the game that got people upset. It was how the game ended. In a nearly 10-minute-long text scroll of two godlike beings talking about dreams within dreams. Like they're analyzing Inception. It's very cryptic, very poetic, and to most gamers, very weird. We just got done surviving in a pixelated block world with zombies and exploding moss monsters. And our reward is what? Reading? Oh, the only thing worse would have been to reward us with math. Most players have a 10-minute break to reload on snacks before hopping into creative mode to build more towering monuments to the male genitalia. To others, they interpreted it as game telling gamers to get out of the house and get a life. And to me, well, it was an episode waiting to happen. Because the ending of Minecraft has been tragically ignored, written off as philosophical garbage, when it is, in fact, a beautiful, uplifting, and thought-provoking message to the legions of dedicated gamers who've taken the time to step into the blocky shoes of Minecraft Steve. And it's long past time that we give these credits the credit they deserve. First, if you haven't read the ending to Minecraft or just need a refresher on it, I recommend doing that now. So it's definitely not necessary to understand the episode. Regardless, boom, link in the description. And I suppose I could read it here right now, but the thing is 10 minutes, and my videos are already pretty darn long already. Now, let me start off by saying that I can totally understand why everyone's initial interpretation to this wall of text was basically, get outside and get a life. The thing is just begging for a too long didn't read summary. But in absence of that, everyone latches onto key words. Things like the final words of the poem, wake up, as well as phrases like, the player was alive, you are alive. Lines like this, coupled with naturalistic imagery like shuffling leaves of the summer trees and crisp night sky of winter, seems to be the author telling us to wake up from the
Okay.
game and experience the greater world around us. So let's stop for a minute and consider this. Don't you think it'd be a bit odd for the game to be telling the player to stop playing the game? Especially for a game that, as we talked about earlier, can be played endlessly. Seems like it would be kind of a bad business strategy, right? So let's take a look at the rest of the poem to get some context.
I want a box. I want this image back up.
The short dream of the game Minecraft and the long dream of life. It's actually explicitly stated right here. But what's it all mean? Well, many gamers have theorized that calling the game a dream is saying it's not worth their time, hence the get a life interpretation. But notice here that the author calls life a dream too. It's the long dream of life. And this isn't just for literary effect, it's meant to be taken literally. Look at this line, quote, they see so little of reality in their long dream, end quote. This is the
not saying
goes.
that playing games is a waste of time and that we need to get a life. It's saying that the choice to play games and engage in these virtual worlds is the same as engaging with the real world because, by their definition, they're both virtual worlds. But then that leaves us with one huge question. If the ending of Minecraft is saying that this world is just another dream, then what is reality? What are these glimpses of reality we see in the long dream of life? What are we waking up to? Well, when you first read the poem, it's not even clear whether we can answer that question because there seems to be some critical information missing. And I don't mean these two figures are being weird and cryptic. I mean there is literally information missing. It's perhaps the most bizarre part of the already crazy convoluted ending. The intentionally omitted words within the dialogue. Quote, sometimes I wish to tell them this world you take for truth is really and I wish to tell them that they are in the they see some little of reality in their long dream, end quote. Oh, what? They also talk about the universe's original interface, which still works after a million years.
Those are European plugs.
With a million others to sculpt a true world in a fold of and created. It's like the lamest game of Mad Libs ever. Quote, to sculpt a true world in the fold of the penis and created a penis for penis in the penis. Great. We're told that the reason these pieces are scrambled is that they're beyond our comprehension. We haven't achieved the highest level in the long game of life yet. I knew I should have leveled up my metaphysics skill tree. But save those experience points to level up that thing or something, because let me tell you, the words that fill in those blanks don't actually matter. Well, they do, but for purposes of the theory, they don't. You see, the scrambled pieces are meant to be the answers to all those questions about life people have been asking themselves since the dawn of forever. What are we? Who made us? What's our reason for living? And there are tons of different religions and belief systems that have tried to explain it. As humans, we have so many origin stories, and the Minecraft poem leaves those pieces scrambled because ultimately it doesn't care which one of those you believe in. In an awesome way, it's just like the game. Minecraft doesn't limit you to any play style. That's why some people create scale models of the Parthenon and others just create giant mountains of boobs. When it comes to the ending of the game, it's the same thing. Whatever you believe in works, whether it's God, Allah, the flying spaghetti monster, or the saving power of the Brofist, you're supposed to fill in the blanks for yourself. So, is that it? A choose-your-own-adventure religious experience at the end of the game? Are these just two godlike figures?
I hate this program so much, but it's the only one I know.
They try to tell us what they are, but like everything else in the ending, it's really complicated because they basically seem to be everything. Quote, spirit of the mountain, ancestral spirits, animal spirits, jinn, ghosts, the green man, gods, demons, angels, poltergeists, alien, extraterrestrials, leptons, orcs. The words change, we do not change. We are everything you think.
Okay.
So what are they? In writing this episode, I looked for what the things on the list had in common. At first, it seemed like they were all just magical beings, ghosts, angels, and spirits. Or maybe stuff that people imagine but aren't really real. But then they mentioned quarks and leptons, real scientific things that aren't mythology. And when you factor those guys in, the explanation doesn't hold. No, what they do all have in common is that they're all things people believe are driving forces in the universe. Gods,
Boolean.
subatomic particles, forces that change things. Whether the explanation is through science or religion, they're the forces that pull the strings, the things we believe craft the universe into what it is. But then the poem takes it one step further. It says that these two speakers are the things we think aren't us. We believe stuff like angels and ghosts are separate from us, that they're influencing us from the outside, but the poem says that we're wrong. Quote, let's go
to your own planets. Everything you create is just extending your imagination and the same set of basic tools to create something new, something real. At the end of the poem, it tells you that everything you need is already within you. Since the universe is made up of the same basic stuff, you already have everything you need. You don't need angels or gods or orcs or anyone else to help you. You're already connected to everything in the universe, and it's already a part of who you are. And with that revelation, we finally reach our answer. That's the reality we only see a little bit of. That's the real wake-up.
Okay.
The poem has nothing to do with waking up from Minecraft. It has to do with waking up to how important and powerful you are in crafting the world. Be it in the short dream of the game or the long dream of life. In the end, the real truth is this. Everything you need is within you. You are never alone. You are stronger than you know. Notch, the creator of Minecraft, has said that he agrees with the message of this poem. He's made it very clear that he's an atheist. But what we've just shown is that nothing in the poem makes it so you have to ascribe to one belief or another, as long as you recognize, quite frankly, just how awesome you are. Like the poem says, Minecraft won't tell you how to live your life, but it will remind you that you have the power to create whatever you want, to dream whatever kind of dream you want for your life. And then you have the power to make it a reality in the world. Minecraft is all about empowering the player, giving them the tools they need to make anything they want. And this controversial ending stays true to that theme.
Okay, so you...
Game or without, all the power is there. And no matter where you're coming from last year, that's a pretty awesome thought for the beginning of 2016. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. I'm literally sitting under a desk in Australia right now, in a tent made of blankets and pillows. Very Japanese for sending that to me. That's just a theory. Oh, that's just a cough. Oh, I gotta get out. I'm dying. I'm like passing out. Oh man, it is good to be back home and in the closet recording this ending. Recording while abroad sucks. And hey, happy 2016 one more time, guys. There are a lot of big episodes and surprises in the works that I can't wait to share with you over the coming weeks and months. So get hyped. It is going to be an incredible year. I think you're going to be really excited. By the way, if you haven't seen our Minecraft video that I mentioned earlier in this episode, click here to check it out on the GT Live channel. It is amazing, some of the new technology that people are coming up with in virtual worlds these days. We had a blast, and it was also a great chance to spotlight a lot of you theorists by playing alongside you and crafting together. Although you did troll
In the
me a
name
lot. There was a lot of trolling
Name
happening.
of
Anyway, if you want some more
love,
theories, check out one of my
name of
where I calculate
love,
how much money
name of
love,
love, name of love.
which is why it looks so much better than anything that came before. Ugh, I love that one. So if you haven't seen it, click here to check it out. Now, if you'll excuse me, Valentine's Day is coming up, and if I remember right, I seem to remember promising you guys a dating sim episode a couple years ago. Huh, I should get on writing that. If all goes according to plan, I'll see you guys next week. Or tomorrow if you watch Film Theory. Woo, hype, 2016.
Okay, save before.
Trusted battery this holiday. Maybe not. Maybe you can trust the world. managed to avoid drowning. Good job.
And sometimes gets a little too far off its own butt. Snake Eater found the perfect balance of deep narrative and tight gameplay, all while keeping an attention to detail that was unheard of for games at the time. I mean, sure, we all praise GTA 5 for its level of depth in recreating the entirety of Los Angeles, but in MGS3, almost a decade earlier, you can kill a guard, hunt and eat the vulture that ends up eating that guard, then in the River of the Dead later in the game, trigger a ghost of the guard who says, "You ate me." The game basically says yes to everything. You can spin around the camera in the torture room to make yourself vomit, thus allowing you an excuse to escape. When you're captured and imprisoned, you can throw out your food, and if you do it 3 times, it actually prompts a significant cutscene that 99.9% of players will never know about, where Snake and the guard talk about the Cold War and how they regret having to fight each other. And that's only a few of the hundreds of little details hidden throughout this game. So of course you can bet that there are going to be some unsolved mysteries here. And there's one in particular that's been kicking around the internet for a decade that's never been fully explored. That the game is just that. A game. Simulation. That you're not actually playing as Naked Snake going through his virtuous mission back in 1964, but rather you're someone else playing through a recreation of the mission at a later date. Sounds impossible? Sounds too meta? Well, then you don't know Metal Gear.
Right. Turn the game console off right now.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
So while Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding continues to leave us all in the dark, now is the perfect time to revisit his crowning masterpiece, to prove that one of the best games ever created is really just a game within a game. If you're not familiar with MGS3 or just need a quick refresher, I don't blame you. These games are complicated. So let me give you the essential information on what you need to know for today's theory. Snake Eater is supposedly set in 1964, smack dab in the middle of the Cold War between the US and Russia. It's the story of Naked Snake, voted most likely to succeed in his top secret CIA unit, Force Operations X, or FOX for short. Things start to go downhill when Naked Snake gets sent to Russia with his mentor, the Boss, whose combat attire is so ridiculous, not even I can come up with a theory as to how it's tactically advantageous. It's distracting, I guess. Anyway, the team is there to recover half of a fancy treasure map called the Philosopher's Legacy, in what the CIA name Operation
Virtuous mission. Virtual mission.
Whoa, hey, you're getting ahead of me, Snake. Halfway through the mission, the Boss pulls a Benedict Arnold and defects to the Russian side. Awkward! Naked Snake is stuck in the middle, with the heart-wrenching task of hunting down and killing his former mentor, which already sucks, but it gets even worse when he learns that she actually never betrayed her country, and that the US government has been giving her secret orders the entire time.
So what are you, a triple agent?
So basically, the Boss is like the best soldier ever, but ends up dying and being labeled as a traitor to her country because of the nature of this secret mission. And Naked Snake had to be the one to pull the trigger. Oh, that's even more awkward. Obviously, this gets Naked Snake to reevaluate his life decisions.
Okay.
Big Boss, as well as the legendary soldier, the legendary mercenary. Hey, I said he was a good soldier. I never said that he was humble. So that's the long and short of the game. But why would anyone assume that you're not actually playing the role of Naked Snake and are instead playing the role of someone going through a virtual simulation of themselves playing as Naked Snake? Well, because Snake tells us in the opening seconds of the game. Here's Naked Snake getting his mission.
Head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission. Virtual mission? No, the virtuous mission.
So right away, Snake is referencing straight up the idea of a virtual mission. It's an odd detail to intentionally leave in the script if it has no bearing on reality, especially since it's one of the first spoken lines you hear from Snake. Now, alone, it would be no big deal. Just an odd hiccup in the scripting, a strange creative choice. But it's not alone. In fact, it's far from the only clue that this game is more than what it appears. Metal Gear Solid 3, being the first game chronologically in the Metal Gear Solid lore, gives players our earliest look at characters who will become important throughout the rest of the franchise. And perhaps no one is more important than Revolver Ocelot, here appearing as a young major eager to show off his gun twirling. Don't worry if you don't know who Ocelot is. You don't need to know the specifics for this theory. Suffice it to say, he goes on to appear in every other main series title. He's kind of a big deal in the MGS universe. But if you happen to kill him during one of your battles against him in the game, out of the blue, you get a game over. A game over! Why would killing an enemy in a video game ever prompt a reset? Well, let the game over screen sit for a bit and the letters rearrange themselves to say time paradox. Suddenly a voice yells out at you saying, "What a good job." Those two lines are essential because it implies that someone literally knows the future, that they understand none of what you're playing on screen. The only way this time paradox makes any sort of sense is if the game is a virtual mission, where a soldier in training is learning by playing through Naked Snake's earliest assignment. Roy Campbell is there because he's supervising the training and making sure the recruit is staying in line with the events as they actually happen. It's a lot like Assassin's Creed, actually, where you play through the memories of someone else from an earlier time period, but if you step too far outside of the real events that happened, you get a game over. Okay, but any you died swimming in a game breaks the game world, so why is this one so special? Also, this theory has been around for a while, so what new information do you have, Matt Pat? Well, there's one thing I haven't mentioned yet that absolutely proves that Metal Gear Solid 3 is a simulation, and it's coming right from the snake's mouth, or should I say right into the snake's mouth. Calorie Mate. Calorie Mate is a consumable item in Metal Gear Solid 3 that restores all of your stamina. In real life, Calorie Mate is a nutritional energy bar found in Japan that dates all the way back to 1983. These items simply did not exist at all in 1964 when the Virtuous Mission was taking place, which means that the Calorie Mate had to have been inserted somehow from the future. And if it's all a simulation, that's just as simple as a programmer not removing the item from the game world. Either that, or it's just a chronological mistake on the part of the game. But again, this is a game with meticulous attention to detail. It would be weird for something this egregious to slip in. Or should I say, three things this egregious to slip in, because the Calorie Mate isn't the only item from the early 1980s to slip in. In a radio transmission about the boss's history, we learned that she trained at the JFK Special Operations Center in 1957. There are two major issues with that. First, in both real life and in the game zone continuity, John F. Kennedy doesn't become president until 1961. And two, that facility was built in honor of his presidency and wasn't built until 1982. So this is another case of something that simply didn't exist in 1964 and wasn't even close to existing being inserted into the game. By simply mentioning this building, it means that the speaker of the line is coming from a time past its inception, probably in the early 1980s, definitely well past the time of Operation Snake Eater. And lastly, there's another conversation
How do I...
Ally Major Zero that adds even more evidence that none of this is actually happening in 1964. Zero happens to be a big fan of James Bond, and is astonished when Snake doesn't share his enthusiasm for the flashy super spy with cool guns and gadgets.
Snake, wouldn't you like to have a gun shaped like a pen?
They cite it as
From Russia with love.
the James Bond film from 1963, which would work with the timeline presented in the game, except the pen gun doesn't appear in that movie, or the novel it's based on. There's a book gun and a phone gun that only appear in the novel, but the pen gun doesn't appear until the movie Never Say Never Again, a James Bond film that came out in 1983.
Positively shocking.
Now, if you've been paying attention, you may have noticed that all of these anachronisms share one thing in common. They all center around the years 1982 and 1983, and I don't think that's a mistake. Again, Hideo Kojima doesn't take these sorts of things lightly, and the early 80s was a crucial point in the timeline for the Metal Gear story, because it's here that we see the creation of a second big boss. Let me explain by fast-forwarding to Metal Gear Solid 5. Sorry, Metal Gear Solid V. They changed it to Roman numerals now because it's classy. In this game, we learned that Naked Snake, now operating as Big Boss, has a target on his back and almost dies in a helicopter crash. A crash that results in him falling into a 9-year coma. While he's comatose, Major Zero,
There we go.
who loves James Bond, takes another victim from that crash, a medic, and alters him to look, think, and act like Big Boss, so that he can serve as a body double both physically and mentally. This body double gets the code name Venom Snake. So just to clarify, because obviously this gets confusing, Naked Snake from MGS3 becomes Big Boss. He's the original. Then in MGS-V, we learn about the creation of Venom Snake, a medic caught in a helicopter crash who's remade into a clone of Big Boss without him knowing. When Venom wakes up from his coma, he not only believes he's Big Boss, he's equipped with all the skills and memories of Big Boss. But how? We don't really know. The game explains it as Venom undergoing training while he's in a coma, and that's all we get. Somehow, Major Zero had to train a comatose man how to be Big Boss in every single way. And what better way could there be than by having him virtually relive Big Boss's most defining mission, i.e. the events of Snake Eater. After all, it was the Virtuous Mission and Operation Snake Eater when Big Boss got to really develop his close quarters combat or CQC skills, an advanced fighting technique developed by the boss and Naked Snake together. We learned from the franchise that these techniques are considered very difficult to learn, and other characters in the Metal Gear universe have
I hate working with splines.
which means that any replacement for Big Boss is gonna have to undergo some very specific and very intense training to fight like he does. And for a medic to just wake up from a coma one day and inherently know them seems impossible unless that medic learned by going through all of Big Boss's own experiences. Plus, the Metal Gear series has an established history of using virtual missions to train agents trying to beat Big Boss. Raiden, protagonist of Metal Gear Solid 2, went through hundreds of VR simulations of Solid Snake's missions to prepare for his eventual role as ruiner of the series. But here's where it all comes full circle. Venom Snake wakes up from his coma and assumes the role of Big Boss in the year 1984, the year after Calorie Maid and Never Say Never Again, and 2 years after the JFK Center was finished being built, which means that all of those anachronisms in MGS3 would make sense in the timeline we're creating. Thus, we have two stories that complete each other. The oddities and anachronisms of MGS3 are explained away because it's just a virtual mission taking place in the 1980s as a comatose medic is trained into the identity of the Big Boss. In the process, filling one huge plot hole from MGS-V. But hey, that's just... Oh, wait a minute, I almost forgot. Hey, Snake, how you doing with that ladder? Huh, so our episodes are longer than the ladder climb. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
There we go.
Give a gift of love this Christmas at Michael Hill. An incredible one-carat of diamonds.
Rise and shine, loyal spirit. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job, watching your videos on fidget spinners and a fall. Well, let's just say your hour has come again. So wake up, spirit. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show where I inadvertently piss off fandoms of games that I'm genuinely a fan of, slowly alienating me as a gamer franchise by franchise. All except Mario games for some reason. Apparently I can say whatever I want about him. Anyway, the sector of the internet I'm hoping not to enrage today is the Half-Life community, as I try to solve what may be one of the longest standing mysteries in all of gaming. Who is the G-Man?
I do apologize for what must seem to you an arbitrary imposition. I trust it will all make sense to you in the course of... Well, I'm really not at liberty to say.
I am though, G-Man. It's about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes. Now, since people born on the day the original Half-Life came out turned 18 last year, it's likely that many of you have only been exposed to this masterpiece of a franchise through Half-Life 3 confirmed memes. So let's quickly catch you up on the series and why this
I hate this program.
fascinating and has kept gamers scratching their heads for decades. Half-Life puts you into the shoes of Gordon Freeman, MIT grad with the most absurd doctoral thesis title imaginable. Observation of Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen entanglement on supraquantum structures by induction through nonlinear transuranic crystal of extremely long wavelength ELW pulse from mode-locked source array. Yes! First time! One and done, baby! Yeah, for a guy who doesn't talk for the entirety of the series, he's awfully wordy. Anyway, Gordon starts a new job at the Black Mesa Research Facility and experiences the worst first day ever, when the team accidentally opens up a gateway that lets in hordes of murderous aliens. Looks like somebody's got a bad case of the Mondays. You as Gordon have to go to the aliens' dimension, known as Zen, in order to shut down whatever's keeping these portals open. After crowbarring your way through hundreds of enemies and killing off a literal testicle monster, you will eventually find yourself face to face with the big bad. Zen's leader, the Neolith, a giant, three-armed, floating fetus monster that's holding open the portal. You do what you were trained to do in graduate school when first encountering intelligent extraterrestrial life. Shoot it till it dies. As the battle wraps up, you black out, but when you come to, you're face to face with this guy. We never hear his name spoken aloud. Of course,
I mentioned how much I hate this program.
Watching you silently from the corners the whole time, from out of reach locations. And it was here that the mystery of the G-Man was born. Gamers had years to contemplate who this character was. And when Half-Life 2 featured him playing an even bigger role, the questions just began to mount. Who are his employers? How can you explain his odd voice and weird powers? Why is his character model so much uglier than everybody else's? And today, after looking at all the evidence, all the expansion packs, all the hidden lore, the conclusion I've reached will blow your minds. Are you ready for this? After decades of waiting, I've discovered that the G-Man is Sans. Wait, don't hit that dislike button. Obviously, I'm just kidding, obviously. But the reason I bring it up, other than to poke fun at that theory, is that it's worth noting that the G-Man possesses Sans' powers. He seems to have the ability to teleport and he can disappear without You'll also often see him moving in one direction, but then he'll appear ahead of you somehow. He has telekinetic powers, and we can even see during the ending of Half-Life 2 that he can stop time.
Time, Dr. Freeman. Is it really that time again?
He appears and disappears across miles in seconds. And between the first game and the second, places Gordon Freeman in stasis outside of time. The G-Man plays with the laws of space and time like a fiddle. And this is important since it gives us our first clue as to who this guy actually is. Half-Life 2 opens 20 years after the events of Half-Life 1 with a creepy monologue from the G-Man to Gordon, implying that it's time for you to make good on your employment. In the 20 years since you've been put in stasis, a whole nother alien civilization has invaded Earth, this time known as the Combine. The Combine is hardcore. According to the in-game lore, they ground every military on Earth to dust in just 7 hours. And we come to learn Neelith and his warriors from Half-Life 1 had been kicked out of their home planet and were hiding on Zen from these guys. So considering that the G-Man explicitly states that he and his employers are in control of Zen at the end of Half-Life 1, that must mean that he's a representative of the Combine then, right? No. The Combine is awesome and a military force that can't be reckoned with, but they're bad at one thing: teleportation. Well, teleportation and apparently stopping the science nerd carrying a crowbar, but whatever. It's a major plot point in Half-Life 2 that the Combine, while powerful, can't teleport within a dimension. Sure, they can teleport between dimensions, but once they're in a local space, they have to get around using normal means. Trains, cars, jets, and spaceships. But as we've seen, the G-Man has no problems Doctor Whoing it up. Additionally, in Half-Life 2, any NPCs that are allied to the rebellion against the Combine will not attack the G-Man, while those who are pro-Combine will. So the G-Man is the enemy of the Combine, right? Well, it's not so clear-cut. In the DLC, sorry, I mean expansion pack. DLC didn't exist back then. In the expansion pack, Half-Life Opposing Force, the G-Man is seen rearming a nuclear bomb that eventually destroys Black Mesa. The same nuclear bomb that your character had just deactivated. And if that wasn't strange enough, it's this explosion that catches the attention of the Combine in the first place, who then target Earth for their next invasion. So the G-Man is an enemy of the Combine who just so happens to be the person who calls them to Earth in the first place. And this points to another key feature of this character, his role as chess master. The G-Man is about making small moves that have disastrous long-term effects. We learn in Half-Life 2 Episode 2 that he gave the crystal to Black Mesa, which caused all the events in the first game to happen. He drops a nuke at the exact moment that causes a hostile alien invasion. Instead of waking Gordon Freeman up when the Combine first attacks, he instead waits 20 years for the precise moment when Gordon's return would perfectly galvanize humanity to create a successful armed uprising that eventually destroys the Combine's local presence. So, in total, to find the G-Man, we need to find something that can teleport, manipulate time, possesses deep knowledge of how future events fit together, and is an enemy to the Combine. And when you look at all of these traits, they perfectly describe a Neelith, a creature that's the same species as the final boss from the first game. Yes, it's my theory that the G-Man, one of the most mysterious characters in the history of gaming, is a creature related to the space Venus from the first game. Let's run down the list. As we covered earlier, all the creatures on Zen and Half-Life were running in fear from the Combine after that species took over their home planet. So they all have the motivation of revenge, and since they can't beat the Combine themselves, setting up an elaborate plan where human resistance fighters will take the Combine down is a good alternate strategy. Just like the G-Man, the Neelith shows that he also has the power to create and manipulate local teleportation portals, as we see during the final battle against it. We also know that all creatures from Zen can shown to have the same powers as the Neolith species, just weaker versions of those powers. Teleporting, manipulating space, even existing outside of time. In Half-Life 2, there's an incredibly well-hidden cave that houses what's known as the Singing Gorgon. This guy is like exposition dump central. But one interesting thing he says is this.
We remember the three men. We are coterminous. There is no distance between us. No false veils of time or space may intervene. We see you still in Black Mesa. Clearly we see you in the Neolith's chamber.
The word coterminous means existing at the same time. So this proves that the Zen creatures are able to exist beyond the constraints of time. Just like how the G-Man knows which actions to take to set in motion the Combine takeover, as well as how he's able to set Gordon Freeman outside of time for 20 years. It's also worth noting that when the Vortigons unite their powers, they're able to stop the
I hate this program.
preventing it from contacting you and actually teleporting you away from his command at the beginning of Half-Life 2 Episode 1.
We'll see about that.
This is an essential detail because the Vortigons have been enslaved by Neoliths in the past, so of course they would be opposed to whatever plans the G-Man has. But perhaps the most damning of all is that, like I said earlier, when you refuse to work with him at the end of Half-Life 1, the G-Man teleports you to a room filled with aliens you spent the game killing, which is the exact same thing the Neolith does to you throughout the final boss battle against him. Now, I'm sure some of you must be confused. How can I say that this thing, the thing that you kill at the end of the first game, is the same as the G-Man? We literally see this creature die. Well, it's easy, actually. There's canonically more than one Neolith. However, game acknowledges that this Neolith, the final boss of Half-Life 1, this species has been hunted to near extinction. According to a little-known interview with Mark Laidlaw, lead writer for the story of Half-Life, there have been others. When asked whether the Vortigons or Neolith had ever been captured by the Combine prior to Half-Life 2, Mark replied that, quote, that particular Neolith was the last of its kind and never captured, but some of its predecessors might have been, end quote. So we know that there are precursors to the Neolith species out there, but it gets deeper. Listen to this. Did you hear it? Comes another. Comes another. That's the Neolith talking telepathically to Gordon in the first game. Here, listen for it again. The Neolith, while communicating to you telepathically in Half-Life 1, is outright saying there is another out there. Comes another. But it keeps going. Another of his lines is,
You are man. Not man. For you he waits. For you.
you are man, he is not man. For you he waits. For you. This is a clear allusion to the G-Man, but why is it significant? Because of the name of this creature's species. Neolith. Everything we need to know is hidden right there in the name. Nihil, Latin that literally means none or nothing, and am, from the Greek anthropo, which means man. His name Neolith, Nihiland, literally means not man. In one fell swoop, we are told outright that the G-Man is not man. He's Nihiland. Oh yeah, and here's the kicker. A detail so minute, but it locks this whole thing together. Look at this. Neolith, voiced by Michael Shapiro. G-Man, voiced by Michael Shapiro. The G-Man is actually voiced by the same actor as the Neolith boss. Doesn't get much more clear-cut than that. By the way, I've been joking about it this whole episode, but the Neolith looks like a human fetus. Is it too much to assume that one version of it, or a precursor species, could disguise itself as a saggy-faced human? Also, notice that the aliens from Zen tend to have this weird vestigial third arm right in the middle of their chest. The same place is where the G-Man is constantly playing with his tie. Tie or disguise arm. Alright, wait a minute, you're starting to get back into Sam's Nest territory. Should have just stopped back at the voice actor bit. Suffice it to say, Half-Life 3 may never actually be confirmed. It's a meme that I sadly suspect will never come true since Valve is too busy printing money with Steam and app-based microtransactions. This one is literally valued at $12,000. Just saying. So with no big reveals or additional clues on the horizon, I figured this might be the closest we actually get to a prediction. And if you're a Half-Life community member and this theory got you upset, hey, remember that at least I care about trying to solve this bit of lore as opposed to the people who make the game and will keep you hanging for eternity. Or not have an answer at all. I mean, take it from Mark Laidlaw. Again, the lead writer I mentioned earlier, who has gone on record himself to say that, quote, I don't believe in canon. So keep that in mind. And with that, I think it's it's time.
Is it really that time again? It seems as if you only just arrived.
Yep, G-Man, it's time. Time to remind everyone that it's all just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Rather than offer you the illusion of free choice, I will take the liberty of choosing for you.
Subscribe. Listen to the G-Man. He would smash that subscribe button for you if it wasn't for his tiny, weird, vestigial baby arms. So do him a solid, punch that subscribe button in the next 5 seconds, and then comment below what other classic game franchise you want me to cover. 5, 4, 3...
In the meantime, this is where I get off.
Oh great, my Facebook feed is filled with crazy conspiracies again. Yeah, Dan, I'm sure the CIA is super concerned about you identifying as a water vendor. Why, of course the Illuminati were behind the Harambe shooting. It's a mass conspiracy to get everyone's dicks out. Oh, and big surprise, the craziest of all, people who still believe that the planet is flat. Oh, sorry, I should have read the whole article first. It says that Minecraft takes place on a flat, cuboidal planet. Huh. I wonder. Seriously, more dicks for Harambe! Ah, those mega penises for gorillas! Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. Rounders, truthers since 2016. Speaking of 2016, this year, admittedly, has been a rough one. Though events like the Olympics brought the world together, terrorist attacks and civil wars have just as frequently torn us apart. But while most of the rest of the world was worrying about the spread of the Zika virus or the economic ramifications of the Brexit, there was one other huge issue that reared its ugly head online. An issue that many thought was long eradicated at this point, but still somehow got itself plenty of attention. Much like the resurgence of measles, old diseases come back stronger than ever. And in this case, the issue in question was whether the Earth is flat. Seriously. The top of this year saw bunches of social posts as D-list celebrities once again questioned centuries worth of scientific teaching and probably their own experiences on flights. Photos from space? Bah, that curvature I see is obviously Photoshopped. See that curved horizon? It's a classic Illuminati mind trick. And yet, no matter how many times you leave a well-substantiated, scientifically backed claim in the thread, nothing you can do will ever get them to think any differently. Man, people are just stubborn sometimes. Now, for as dumb as this whole thing was, it did get me thinking. Minecraft is a beautiful game that is basically home to millions of living, breathing worlds. And yet, whenever I see those worlds depicted, they're always shown to be giant cubes floating in space. Globes that have been smushed down and turned into glorified Rubik's cubes. And when you think about it, that would seem to make sense. Every person and thing in the Minecraft verse is made out of blocks. Pig, blocks. Tree, blocks. Box, blocks. And whenever you look up, you see a square moon and a square sun. So clearly the planet Minecraft should be set in a world shaped like a rectangular prism. No, actually. Because, well, logically it might make the most sense for Minecraft to take place on a Picasso-esque cubist world. That simply isn't the case when you look at the science. In fact, what the science has to say about the Minecraft world is simultaneously surprising and incredibly fitting for a game as beautiful and rich as this one. So let's solve some mysteries about the Minecraft world the good old-fashioned way by sciencing the heck out of them. So how can I prove that Minecraft's world looks like this and not this? Well, forget all those complicated pixel measurements and calculations. It's literally as easy as doing this. Seriously, all you have to do is jump. It's as easy as falling over, and that's no exaggeration. You see, gravity is a force that attracts any two objects with mass. You, as an object with mass, have a gravitational pull. Granted, it's a tiny one, but remember, size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it. And besides, I'm not going to judge. I'm attracted to you nonetheless. In a strictly gravitational way, that is. Hey-o! How am I not doomed to be single for the rest of my life? Now, in the case of a human walking around on Earth, the planet is so massive relative to you, all you see
Okay, that's just so weird.
Down, it's pulling you into the center of the Earth. Now, the strength of the force of gravity is proportional to the planetary body's mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the center of the body. Don't worry about it, that was just a bunch of gobbledygook so I could throw the equation up on the screen. Instead, let me simplify it for you. You're on a sphere, you are on Earth, where every point is basically the same distance from the center of the globe. Gravity all around the Earth is consistent at 9.81 meters per second squared. However, if your planet was in the shape of, I don't know, say a cube, like most people assume Minecraft's planet is, the pull of gravity would actually lessen as you got closer to the edge of the planet because you're getting further and further away from the core. Let me show you what I mean with some really quick math. So before beta 1.8, there existed the Farlands, signifying the end of the Minecraft world. They were about 12.5 million blocks, or in real-world measurements, meters away from the center of your world. If you calculate out the distance to the core of the Minecraft Earth from the middle of the cube versus the edge of the edges of the cube are about 5 million meters further away, or over 3,000 miles. To put that into context, if you were 3,000 miles further away from Earth's core right now, you would be well above most astronauts when they fly, which is about 200 to 400 miles up. You would also be past most satellites, which are up about 3,000 miles from the surface of Earth. The only thing still left above you would be GPS satellites that are about 6,000 miles up. So now, based on that earlier gobbledygook formula I threw up on the screen, we can actually calculate that gravity at the edges of the Minecraft world would be about half the strength that it would be when you spawn, because you're so much further away from the center of the planet. At the corner farmlands would actually be even less because it's the furthest point from the planet's core. Because of this, in the farmlands, Minecraft Steve would be able to jump incredibly high and fall much slower, both of which, though, don't count in the game, meaning that gravity isn't changing based on where we are in the Minecraft world. The only way that this would be possible is if you're basically the same distance from Earth's center of gravity at all times. This just isn't possible in a cubed world, nor in a pyramid world, not even a parallelepiped world. The only shape of planet where this could possibly work is a spherical world, providing us evidence that the Minecraft world is actually round. But it's not just the force of gravity, it's also the angle of gravity. You see, the gravitational force would be pulling Minecraft Steve towards the center of the planet, the center of gravity. On a spherical world, that's always at a right angle to the ground. But on a cuboidal planet, again, because you can move so much further away from the core at different places on the surface, gravity would act on you at a different angle based on your distance. Even though Steve would be standing on flat ground, he would actually feel like he's on a slope because gravity would be acting on him at an angle rather than straight down. Remember when I said that proving Minecraft's world was round was as easy as falling down? Well, it's true. If you were to jump off of a tall tower, or since this is Minecraft, I suppose, a giant recreation of popular MMO's face made entirely out of gold and redstone, you wouldn't fall straight down towards the Earth. Instead, you would fall at a slight angle as gravity pulled you closer to the planet's center. I actually feel real bad for Minecraft Steve. If he were real, he would not only feel disoriented all the time, but he would literally just topple over sometimes because his sense of gravity wouldn't match up to what he was seeing around him. His equilibrium would be so messed up. But gravity isn't the only way that we can prove the cubes of Minecraft exist in a rounded world. There's also the behavior of the sun and the moon in the game. First, during sunrise and sunset, looking at the sky. You know what? Actually, take a minute and appreciate the night sky. This game is just beautiful. The sunset, the level of detail here, it's gorgeous. Ugh, so good. Alright, back to science. Notice how the reds of the sun form a round, almost spherical shape in the sky? Well, the colors of a sunrise and sunset come from light having to pass through more particles of atmosphere to reach your eye. When light hits a gas molecule in the air, some of it gets absorbed and then scattered. Because blue light is the shorter wavelength, it tends to get scattered more, hence the sky being blue during the day. This process is called Rayleigh scattering. But in the evening, with the sun so low in the sky, light actually has a longer distance to travel to reach your eye. As a result, most of the blue light is already scattered before it reaches you, leaving the longer wavelength lights of reds, oranges, and yellows as the ones that you end up seeing. And as we can see, that's largely how it works in Minecraft's world as well, except it shouldn't. Or at least it shouldn't if the planet was a cube. You see, if the planet were a cube, the gravity differential across the faces of the planet would also affect the atmosphere surrounding the planet, with the gases drawn towards the points with highest gravity, i.e. the center of each of the planet's faces. As a result, the starting spawn location of every Minecraft map would have a very thick atmosphere, and the edges would be very thin. This means that light would actually behave very differently at different points of the map. At noon at the center of the map, because of the light having to pass through that thicker layer of atmosphere, the sky would appear almost like a sunset, red and orange. All the colors of a sunset, all the convenience of it being in the middle of the day. And conversely, at the end of the day, with the light passing through the thinner atmosphere along the edges of the planet, that's when the sky would be bluer. It's practically the reverse of what it is IRL, and also the reverse of what it is in the game. Which means, loyal theorists, that even though Minecraft's world may seem like an infinitely flat plane or a cube-shaped world, the actual scientific evidence points to it being a sphere based on the behavior of gravity and the planet's celestial bodies. So while the overall shape of Minecraft's cube-filled yet rounded world is actually similar to our own, the way it behaves definitely isn't. For one, planet Minecraft doesn't rotate like a normal planet. In fact, it doesn't move at all. And even though the ramifications of what this means just occurred to me, it shouldn't have been all that big of a surprise. I mean, think about it. I'm able to fly hundreds of thousands of meters into the air, eventually leaving the atmosphere and entering the cold dead reaches of space, and yet, when I fall back down to the planet, I land in the exact same square that I started with. For fun, you can even dig a hole into the planet and fall from space into that 1 meter by 1 meter hole. That is how precise it is. Go ahead, hover out there in space for a couple days, then drop back down. Nothing under you changes. And what that proves is that the planet isn't moving under your character. It is stationary. But then why would that be a big deal? Well, that would mean
That's
the
much
sky
better.
is the one that's doing the moving.
What
You see,
the
on Earth, we have
heck
two
was wrong with this program?
rotates around its axis. During the day, your side of the Earth is facing the sun, and as your little point on the globe turns away from the sun, it becomes night. But as we just saw, Minecraft's planet doesn't spin or rotate at all. And yet, there are still clearly days and nights, so something has to be changing here. How is this possible? Well, if the Earth isn't moving, that means that the
I
sky
hate this
has to be the
program
one
so
that's
much.
rotating around us. And while this may seem far-fetched, it's an idea that's existed since the ancient Greeks. Specifically, Plato and Aristotle proposed what's known as a geocentric model of the universe, with the Earth stationary and in the middle of everything, which, let's face it, is a much more exciting thing to find in the center of the universe than whatever that glowing thing was there in No Man's Sky. Am I right? Up top. High five the up top. Thank you. From there, the sun, moon, stars, and other planets were attached to giant crystal spheres moving at uniform speeds to create the revolution of the heavens around us, around the Earth. And so nowadays, we look at those guys and think, geez, what total narcissists thinking that they were the center of the universe. When in actuality, anyone who's
I
Minecraft is
hate
living in
this program.
the in-game science backs it up too. Notice how the moon and the sun are always 180 degrees apart from each other in the sky? They're rotating around the planets, which admittedly has a weird implication about the phases of the moon, but that's a whole topic for another day. Also, notice how the stars are moving at the same rate as the moon. The position of the constellations relative to the moon never actually changes. If the Minecraft world was in fact the thing moving, we would see different stars in the sky, different perspectives of those stars, or at the very least, the sun and the moon would move at different speeds. Something. But instead, you see everything moving completely evenly around the Earth, exactly like it's all on one big track, making it clear that everything you see in the Minecraft sky points to you being the center of it all. So are you surprised that you're literally the center of the universe in Minecraft? It shouldn't come as that much of a shock. Think about Minecraft as a game and what it stands for. As I talked about in my analysis of the ending of Minecraft, the whole universe of this game is about the players shaping the world around them, making the world into anything they want it to be, giving them ultimate power. Really, this is a figurative interpretation of what it means to be the center of your own universe, to be in control of everything that happens around you in the world. This game is designed so that you feel like anything is possible, and even the smallest of details, like the fictional astronomy in the sky, backs up that feeling. You are the creator, you are the builder, and everything revolves around.
Sorry, this program just hates me a lot, apparently.
As we just
And it's
saw,
stressing me out.
literally too. But hey,
Hooray!
just a theory. Two theories, actually, when you think about it. The rounded Earth and the center of the universe thing. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, that's just two theories. Two game theories. Thanks for watching.
Father, it's me, Michael. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to go.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Minutes trying to piece together whether you're Springtrap, whether you're Purple Guy, whether you're a second Purple Guy, and whether all of this requires yet another rewrite of the timeline. I am not doing it. At least not until the next book comes out in June. Nope, no siree doggo. Today, the series that prompted lore-based theories to flood this channel is getting the old school game theory treatment. That's right. Today, I'm tackling the science of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, good gosh. That hurts so much. That sound quality and that janky, like 3 frame per second intro.
Hey!
Oh, that hurts so much.
Hey, do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he was doing it in Photoshop. And Photoshop doesn't have a frame by frame option. So he was... Photoshop isn't a video editor. And like a video animation editor. So he was literally taking individual images and moving them frame by frame. Pixel by pixel. This is why he got Ronnie.
Yeah, that's a horrible way to animate things. Why would anyone animate some... That's not what I want. You.
Deep dives, no rooting around for obscure hidden Easter eggs, only hardcore real-life research. Oh, but speaking of the source code, something really fascinating is going on right now. Scott Cawthon's 2 websites are having a conversation. Scott Games is saying things like, "You're crowding us. You can't tell us what to do anymore. We outnumber you." And the FNAF World website is...
Where am I using that material?
Yes, I can. You will do everything that I tell you to do. Which makes it seem like FNAF 6, Sins of the Father, it's my title, feel free to use it, Scotty C. It's gonna be like an all-out animatronic Civil War-style battle against the OG creator, William, a.k.a.
Where am I using that material?
How awesome would that be? Title, gameplay, boom, done. Feel free to use that idea as well. Meanwhile, in other FNAF updates, since a lot of you have been asking me on Twitter...
Interesting.
The movie got itself canceled and then found itself a new production partner, Blumhouse Productions, the same guys who did Paranormal Activity, Oculus, The Purge, Get Out. Honestly, I think it's great news. Blumhouse has made a name for themselves by doing awesome movies on really teeny tiny budgets, and FNAF as an indie franchise needs that cheeky baby indie vibe for really scary. It doesn't need a big studio like Warner Bros. Going in and meddling and trying to make it more family friendly so they can go in and sell more FNAF toys and it becomes the next Minions or something. Low budget is the way to go because it forces you to get creative. So this news actively made me excited for the movie. A video game movie based on FNAF. Seriously, all the subs to film theorists better get themselves ready for a heap and helping a Freddy when that movie rolls around. Anyway, enough updates. I think that covers all the FNAF related things that you guys have been asking me about on Twitter. On to the episode. This week I'm covering a topic I've wanted to do since the release of FNAF 4 back in 2015, and you never had
There's
the
something
opportunity
missing.
because I was always so busy trying to piece together the damn lore, and that is, can an animatronic actually kill you? Since, you know, the series...
That's what's missing.
And a whole lot of death on the hands of animatronics. But more specifically, I want to focus on the bite. You know what I'm talking about. Whether or not you believe this moment to be the bite of 83 or the bite of 87, whether or not the date or even matters anymore, one thing is clear. This is the moment that set in motion everything else in these games. Based on the evidence coming from 6 games and the Silverized book, William Afton, creator of the animatronics, suffers this tragedy when his son's head gets crushed in a childhood bullying incident. A few days later, the son dies of his wounds in his hospital bed, setting in motion Afton's quest to, quote, put him back together. Cut to scooping, sister locations, a dead daughter, and more missing children than you can shake a basket of exotic butters at, and all because of this one moment. The bite is treated as a freak accident, something that could have been helped. The horrific ending of an innocent childhood prank gone wrong. A series filled with haunted puppets and reincarnated skin suits starts with this. Just a random tragic incident that nobody could have stopped. A simple mechanical failure. Remember, this is before any of the suits are haunted. It's still just a regular old
What am I doing wrong?
To begin to piece together the real danger these Disney rejects pose, we need to understand what makes them so dangerous in the first place. Sure, it might be easy to assume that Golden Fredbear and Golden Bonnie here are so deadly because they're spring-lock suits, but as we hear about in FNAF 3's phone call, the locks are only used to hold back the sharp, pointy innards so they can be worn in suit mode.
Changing animatronics in suit mode, insert and turn firmly the hand crank provided by the manufacturer. Turning the crank will recoil and compress the animatronic parts around the sides of the suit, providing room to climb inside. Please make sure the spring locks are fast and tight to ensure the animatronic devices remain fixed.
It's also something that we witness up close and personal during Night 4 of FNAF's sister location. The spring locks hold back the robotic innards, and them unsnapping and releasing the mechanism is what makes them so deadly. But during FNAF 4's Bite,
I don't understand.
is already in robot mode. There would be no spring locks activated. They would not be snapping shut. To put it simply, the robot is operating like any normal animatronic would be, meaning that the danger is coming not from some weird, unique detail of FNAF-verse-style robots, but rather from the same mechanisms that exist in any animatronic, be it in a fictional pizzeria to the creepy remnants of Big Bear Jamboree heads looking down at you from the Winnie the Pooh ride in Disneyland. Go ahead, look it up. There's some nightmare fuel for you. Or better yet, if you're at Disneyland leaving the Heffalump and Woozle section of the ride, look behind you and look up. Oh, prepare for a surprise. Anyway, all things considered, to truly unwrap this theory, we need to know how normal animatronics actually work. And
What did I do to deserve this? This madness.
Turns out, how these things are built is actually a close
Why?
Sequit, because I can pronounce my hours. But in an article he did for Nuts and Bolts magazine back in 2009, he confirmed that almost every entertainment robot on the planet is built from one core technology, pneumatic actuators.
Cool.
What are those? Well, yo, listen up then. Ya homies know that when all the sickest ballers want to pimp out their bangin' rides, yo, they install hydraulic lifts in their undercarriage.
I think
like remote
I need,
cars
like-
do well, where hydraulics use oil and fluid dynamics to do that sweet lifting, yo. Pneumatics use air pressure. You build up a bunch of air pressure and then release it. That release moves whatever you want. A piston, a pulley, the deadly grin of a lifeless singing bear. They're used in everything from robots to build cars to the jaws of, well, Jaws at Universal Studios. Now, Grader doesn't specify how powerful pneumatic actuators in a Chuck E. Cheese-style robot's mouth would be, but we can go ahead and calculate a rough estimate. Whereas other actuators in the body and legs would have to be more powerful since they're moving larger, heavier chunks of robot, the ones in the mouth are smaller, more delicate. They only have to move a couple of ounces of plastic and metal for the jaws, teeth, and cheeks. The pneumatic tubes themselves are also only a couple inches long, meaning that they can only build up so much air pressure. All things considered, you're only going to need about 40 psi of air pressure max to do all of that. That's not a whole lot. It's like the pressure created from a strong breeze. So how the heck do a handful of small pistons powered by air create enough force to crack a child's skull wide open? They can't. You see, crushing a human skull ain't easy. The 22 bones of the human skull are there to protect the most important organ in our body from damage. And the whole thing has got a rounded structure to help disperse any forces applied to it. The strongest boxer in the world could punch you in the head at full force and it barely cracked. But this perfectly normal Chuck E. Cheese wannabe not only cracks the crying child's head, but breaks through hard enough to cause severe trauma to the brain? How much force is needed to do that? Well, it's actually a tricky question. First, we gotta ask, how old is the victim? When you're first born, the skull is softer, moldable, since, you know, it has to pass through narrow leaves. Once it's made that journey, it has to be able to accommodate for your growing brain. So it has these soft spots called fontanelles to give the skull flexibility. So I immediately thought that our crying child birthday boy might be a bit easier of a nut to crack, considering how big he is, but the research didn't pan out that way. The soft spots disappear or ossify by the time that you're 9 to 18 months old. And I don't care how heartless
What the f-
Ask what parts of the skull are we talking about? Because different sections have different thicknesses, as a result, different strengths. According to research done by Tobias Matei, who studied children's bite marks and how they protect the skull, the thinnest region of the skull bone is about where your temples are. Lo and behold, that's exactly where our crying woman, equal opportunity, not being sexist here, to step on the head in that exact spot. But then again, that's just half the thing fracture. We're talking about a catastrophic head failure that impacts the brain. So we have to get a bit more specific and a bit harder of a bite. Luckily, I found a study looking into exactly that. Testing over 300 samples, some scientific madmen determined that human skull bone, when put under various kinds of stress, had a failure pressure of 1900 psi or 13 megapascals. 13 megapascals means that for every square meter of surface area, it takes 13 million newtons of force to break a skull open. Now, obviously, that number is hard to imagine without me giving you a real-world example of what it feels like. The challenge, though, is to accurately represent that pressure, we need to know how that pressure is being delivered. If I'm delivering a lot of pressure onto a small point, it's going to do a lot more damage than if I deliver that same amount of pressure across a wider surface area. Think of it like the difference of stepping onto a single nail versus laying on a bed of nails. One's a bloody good party trick, the other is just bloody. So think about it this way. 1 megapascal of pressure is about the pressure of an average human bite. We're talking 13 times that. That is a lot of pressure. And in our case, that pressure is being delivered by small animatronic teeth clamping down on either side of the crying child's head. So a whole lot more like that single nail example than the bed of nails. But to find out just how powerful and deadly these teeth are, we're gonna need one thing: pixel measurements. We need to know the surface area of Freddy's teeth so that we can
I give
figure out
up.
how much force minimum those teeth are delivering. Now, obviously, we're gonna have to approximate a bit.
Why?
The game contains no real measurements to go off of, so instead I started with Freddy's face. It's an Easter egg I never really addressed in the theories, but way back in vanilla FNAF 1, lots of theorists were talking about an oddly shaped smudge on Freddy's face. This smudge is in the shape of a handprint. Now, granted, it isn't a golden suit, but as we see in that game, the two are comparable in size. Given that the average human hand is about 18.89 centimeters long, we can use this handprint to scale everything else. Freddy's head, then, is 32 centimeters wide, or about twice as wide as an adult human's head, which makes a lot of sense. He needs something big enough to serve as a costume. Now, using a combination of images from different angles, we can use this to determine the dimensions of one tooth, which comes to 1.4 square centimeters. It looks like he was bitten with 8 teeth, 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. This gives us a total surface area of 11.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
So, using the power of math,
But this keeps happening, and I don't like it. And I keep having to do this with my.
14,758 newtons. Why is that?
There we go, there it is again.
Because that's the strength that a full-grown crocodile bites with. It's almost the strength of a great white shark bites. In order to deliver that amount of force, you would need 2 high-end industrial strength pneumatic actuators. These things are as long as your arm, and they need their own dedicated compressors pumping out 100 pounds per square inch. I mean, your own teeth would crack if you bit down with that kind of force. And it is most certainly way overkill for moving the mouth of some cheap mascot at a sad sack-themed restaurant. It's almost like someone built
Quick
these
save.
things to intentionally be deadly.
Twice.
And there,
3 times. Turn it off.
when we last covered the lore of this series, myself, as well as other FNAF theorists like Tresicle and Dawko, concluded that William Afton was driven to his murderous rampage by
Turn it back on.
circumstances. His son was killed in the jaws of that machine, and so he dedicated his life to twisted experimentation on other children to bring his son back. Sure, it doesn't mean that William Afton kidnapping and killing tons of kids is okay, but it does make us sympathize with him a little. He was driven to madness by this immense sadness. But if all this science today is truly correct, it proves that he was a madman all along. That even in the earliest days of Fredbear's Family Diner, William was making suits designed to kill, with mechanisms way overpowered for what they were meant to do. Any normal animatronic would have left the crying child with a few scratches, maybe some psychological scars, but that's about it. He'd be alive. But Afton, being the psychopath that he is, had other intentions. Not only did he create a deadly system with the spring locks, but even the basic robotics of his mascots were built to kill.
Oh, that's much
Something
better.
that he would continue to do throughout
That's
his
much
career,
better.
particularly with the Funtime series.
Okay.
They all thought thought it was a free
That really
killed Afton.
should not have taken.
End of the day,
Why did that even happen? I just...
completely avoidable. It was all Afton's
That's just so...
He has his own twisted experiments to blame.
done with this program right now.
His daughter too. Man, gotta say, that really bites. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. 6 whole months since a nap theory? Wow, time flies. It's actually really nice to cover the series again with fresh eyes. I even figured out some new lore bits while working on this one. Stuff that I'm sure will show up in the next snap theory coming this summer. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure that you bite down hard on that subscribe button in 3, 2, 1. Subscribe. And hey, might I recommend clicking the video that you see on screen right now? It's actually the first video that I did on Snap. It's actually really interesting to see how the series have changed in that amount of time. Anyway, that's it for today. I will see you all, or at least the number of you who enjoy our theories that aren't Snap related, next week.
Cool. What was I doing? Right, I was doing ladders.
Robbins lets you make songs like never before. It's a fast-paced game that lets you play 3 different ways: freestyle, clash, and party. Get together and face off with friends, or you can play freestyle mode by yourself.
Right, this is missing a thing. Wait. That means this is missing a thing, so you gotta go. That's not right. That shouldn't be blue. Wait a minute. That really should not be blue. Okay.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where today isn't so much a game theory as it is an episode about game theory, the show. I suppose you could call it a game theory. Man, between the intro and that joke, this episode is already super meta. But in all honesty, I do these meta theories because if you're a gamer on YouTube, or you watch gamers on YouTube, then these things affect you, the videos you watch.
Railings should have been.
Anyway,
Railings really do not go that low. What was I thinking?
a ton of scandal on YouTube. From where's the fair use to criminal allegations for top channels, YouTube has seen a lot of drama in a very, very short amount of time here. With serious issues like that floating around, it's almost a relief to
Railing.
see comment threads debating whether Batman v Superman actually sucks. But the biggest story of all was the one that happened at the top of the year around one of YouTube's most
There, that's better.
watched and most widely known channels, the Fine Brothers. You know, kids
Also, I like how all you've done during Dugong is just type in an emote that's really cute.
Excited to announce React World, a service meant to make it easier for people to create React-style videos for a share of that video's revenue. And that was one big issue, but what really got people in a tizzy was their attempted trademarking of the word React. This was, without any exaggeration, one of the most talked about business moves any
This
YouTube
program
channel
hates
has
me.
ever made. And if the Fine Bros were hoping to inspire more people to create reaction videos with React World, well, they certainly succeeded, but not in the way they expected. Criticism came in from everywhere, citing everything from breaches of fair use to abuse of trademark law. The latest and most egregious attempt for a fat cat YouTuber channel to earn more money. And though 3 months later the drama seems to have largely subsided, the effect still lingers. With their new video showing a dislike ratio 400%
I like that some emotes,
prior to the React World announcement.
but I think that's a Twitch emote. Yeah, that's JTV. That's a Twitch emote. So it supports Twitch emotes, but not better Twitch TV emotes. I see. Well, I was doing a thing.
Myself included, could be further away from the heated emotions of a few months ago. And Operating a successful YouTube channel is a roller coaster of emotions, simultaneously the most rewarding and the most stressful job that you could ever have. And I'm sure you've heard stuff like that before, but
And then it's got like
sleep and breathe YouTube.
4 bumps
Really
on
hard
it.
to
Same with this
truly
thing.
understand. So let me do my best.
Okay, gonna need some geospheres up in here.
Mercy of pretty much everyone. First off, they're at the mercy of the internet, where one wrong business decision, poorly phrased
Oh
shh.
That is not the geosphere that I wanted.
Built over years of work, poof, overnight. But we're also at the mercy of YouTube itself, a platform we don't own. I've mentioned it before in the How YouTube is Broken video, but it bears repeating here. Just because Felix has 40 million subs and I have 6 and Mark has 11, 12, 13, sorry, doesn't mean that we get access to all of you. We're at the mercy of YouTube's system. Whether or not you see our latest video is up to its algorithm, and one change to that can have devastating impacts on channels. I've seen it with channels I've consulted with. Overnight views dropping from 10 million views a month to 3. Lives changed in an instant. You want to know why there's so many fewer scripted comedy videos on YouTube at this point? The algorithm. And when I say lives fundamentally changed, I'm not just referring to the lives of the people that you see on the screen. Most major channels at this point have at least an editor. Others have tens of people whose jobs are dependent on the revenue generated by the views that come in every month. YouTube channels are businesses built on quicksand, constantly shifting by people who started on this platform as kids in their bedrooms or students fresh out of college. People who really just wanted to create and express themselves, not worry about paychecks and taxes and employees and building multi-million-dollar media brands. So that was the situation, and probably rings true for pretty much every big channel that you know and love at this point.
Too many polygons.
Competition. Let me tell you a personal story. If you go back to what was my first big hit on the channel, Sonic is Slow, the intro includes these lines.
You good folks over at Vsauce 3 recently took a gander at a game series I covered in episode 5, The Science of Sonic. They looked at how running faster than the speed of sound would affect Sonic's body. It's a great video, except for one thing. It's wrong.
Now let me give you some context. This is around episode 40. I've been doing the show pretty much every week for a year. The reason I included this line, in fact the reason I made this video in the first place, was to stick my flag in the ground, dig in my heels and claim the theorist space. Why? Because Vsauce 3 had just launched 3 months earlier with their videos How Much Would Mario Coins Be Worth and Could Cloud Sword Be Real? Topics that hit very close to home for me. I felt dead in the water. Here I was, having done a similar sort of episode every week for a year, and with a hard-earned 32,000 subscribers to my name, and in pops the next spin-off channel of a YouTube behemoth. 3 months into its lifespan with 10 times my subscriber count, nearly 350,000 at the time. And not only that, its first game theory style videos went super viral, getting over 1 million views. Yeah, times have changed. But when their next big one, The Science of Sonic the Hedgehog, rolled out and covered similar topics to a video I had done 1 year earlier, I felt like my format, my style of show had been stolen, and that my channel was going to die. And even if I was gonna be steamrolled, I needed to at least make a video that showed I was here first. Damn it. So why am I telling you this? Well, first, because it's a story I've never really shared with anyone other than Stephanie. And quite honestly, it's fun to look back on those earlier days. But also because that situation taught me that audience isn't mutually exclusive. Obviously, the channel is still here today and going strong, bigger than what was at the time our rival. What I came to learn was that just because people watched Vsauce 3 didn't mean that they also wouldn't watch game theory. It was the way I presented information and the conclusions that I reached that made me different. The two channels could cover the exact same things. Sometimes by complete accident, we did on the same week. But our styles and presentation ensured that the audience of one wasn't sucking away the audience of the other. Competition existed, sure, but it was at a very small scale. And since those early days, lots of other theorists have popped up on YouTube, which is great for the overthinker community. There's pretty much a style and personality for anyone's tastes. But now, 4 years later, there are new guys on the block. And I'm not talking about Mr. Theorist Fist 24/7 working in his living room. No, I'm perfectly cool with Mr. Theorist Fist. We should probably collaborate at some point. Though, his screen name does feel a bit derivative. I'm talking about companies. Literally. TV networks, news outlets. Heck, in the last month alone, the pop culture website IO9 and American Business magazine Forbes have both started their own series. Don't worry, theirs aren't that good so far. But let me make this clear. This is IO9, owned by Gawker Media, a $45 billion company which also operates Gizmodo and Kotaku, to name a few. And Forbes is a business juggernaut, a company valued in the hundreds of billions. The new competitors on YouTube aren't really YouTubers. They're entities with massive massive money backing them, with huge teams to research, edit, and write, churning out weekly, even daily videos without breaking a sweat. It's not about Vsauce or Mr. Furiousness anymore. We are literally competing with Hollywood. And obviously this isn't just something that's happening in theorizing. Beauty gurus are going up against the Vogue channel's supermodels, telling you whether or not to wear overalls this spring. Scripted comedy channels have to fight against BuzzFeed. And who isn't going to watch a humorous rehash of all the legends of the Hidden Temple jokes we've been tossing around for years? Hashtag Purple Pear Cry, which brings us back to the Fine Brothers issue. For them, BuzzFeed, Huffington Post, even the Ellen Show started running React content online in early 2015. Shows like Ellen have hundreds of employees and come to YouTube after they've already amassed 4 million views on TV every day. There's no way to compete with that, right? And when you're the Fine Brothers, young business owners with over 50 employees depending on you for a paycheck, seeing giants like that mimicking your format and threatening to undo the last 5 years of work, it's scary. Let me make it clear here, I'm not taking any sides. There's still a whole page of the script left. Let me also make it clear that I'm not talking about the originality of the format. I'm just saying that as a creator, I can relate to the defensiveness that could lead to a situation like the one they ended up in. My Vsauce Free story had me feeling the same way, seeing other people quote-unquote stealing your space. But here's the thing, that mentality is wrong. The struggle of the Fine Brothers against Ellen or Miss Glamorancy against the Vogue is just as imaginary as my struggle against Vsauce 3 4 years ago. The more things change, the more they stay the same. YouTube is still a platform where you vote with your view, regardless of whether you're watching Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, or Jimmy Sterling. Sorry, Jim, I need the parallel structure. There's a reason why Zoella in her bedroom gets millions of views and Vogue supermodels in an artistic white void get tens of thousands. It's because you choose what content you find most appealing, what formats and creators you most want to spend your time with. If Forbes' theories are better than mine, or BuzzFeed's reactions are more reactive, I don't know, then they should get your view. When you think about it, you're the boss. We're your employees. Our job is to entertain. And if we're bad at our job, we get fired, replaced with a new, better guy. We, as the creators, have to figure out ways to stay fresh and interesting and relevant to you as the viewer. In pretty much every industry in the world, competition is a good thing for you, the consumer. At the store, it results in better products at lower prices as companies work to earn your business. On YouTube, it means better, funnier, more interesting videos for you. It encourages us to innovate, stay creative, and find new things for you to enjoy. I mean, in the
Thank you.
5 years alone, these series have gone from 5 minutes to 18 minutes. That's ridiculous. And it's because every step of the way, you as a viewer have driven me to think about new games, new topics, and not always just stay in my comfort zone. To cite a recent video by Markiplier, yes, YouTube is changing. Big media is storming in and dominating the homepage. The types of videos that are getting popular now are much different than the YouTube poofs from almost a decade ago. YouTube is an industry now, and I know that sounds really intense and adult.
Now, let's see.
Credit for being an industry that literally started as a failed online dating site that everyone fills with cat videos. And that's not a joke.
What should I do with this ladder?
It was literally going to be a dating site.
Because it does literally show up out of nowhere.
It was a new kind of dating site. We even had a slogan for it. Tune in, hook up. We didn't have any videos, so I populated our new dating site with videos of sex
How does it work?
and landing. The whole thing didn't make any sense.
Because we've never actually seen this device here ever again within the Submachine series. And it's harnessing, of all things, wisdom gem power, which we have seen before typically moves things. It's moved things in the Sub 5 mover, it's moved things in the Sub 8 portal gate to the gardens. So what if perhaps this device is moving this thing from across the dimensions? Why, of all things, it would match the rest of the ladders, I have no idea. Maybe they moved it away and this device moves it back. Maybe activating again, which you can't actually do within the actual game, would move the ladder back to where it was before you moved it back here. Who knows? These are placeholders, they don't matter. But I have these bricks now.
differentiating your content with who you are, what you say, and how you say it. Would it be easier for me if the situation didn't work this way? Absolutely. That'd be sweet. But YouTube is not just mine, or John Oliver's, or Mr. Pierce's business. It doesn't belong to any single me. My hope is that by playing my cards right, continuing to listen and talk with you guys, I'll still be here in another 5 years and see how far we've come.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. That's a line from a movie I haven't seen.
Wherever the journey ends up taking us, just remember that at the end of the day, but hey, that's just a theory. Nah, my theory. A meta theory. Seriously.
Nice. That would be really cool.
Move over, Walter White. There's a new anti-hero in town, and his name is Mario Jumpman Mario.
Wait a minute. That's right, I have emotes. 2 of which I've made myself. I forgot about that. Nikki Cookie and Kex Cakes. Oh sweet, it supports that. Cool. This took me forever to make, just so you all know. And I hate it so much. That's not pillow shaped. Fuck. Now I gotta fix this. Excuse me while I fix this.
5 million subscribers on YouTube in 6 months ain't never been done before. You sure about that one, Jake? Because PewDiePie gained 11.61 million in the 6 months between October 2013 and March 2014. Alright, maybe I'm just misinterpreting the sick fire you're spitting. You must be talking about getting 5 million subscribers in the first 6 months of being a channel on the platform. Well, no, that can't be it either, considering you've been doing vlogs on your channel on and off for 3 years now. Long story short, looks like your math is just as bad as your rap. Hey, so did I. I'm assuming selling like a god church means that it's selling well, and if so, congratulations. So is ours. Speaking of, just a friendly reminder that you guys have only 2 days left to get your limited edition Game Theorist merch, the cool asymmetric t-shirt, the backpack, and the fidget spinner. Nice. Taking that link right below this video. See it down there? Yeah. Smack it hard. Do it anyway. Hello, Internet. Welcome to
That's better.
the Yeezy Buster of false YouTube claims. I assume you have no clue what a Yeezy Buster is. So 3 years ago, back when Vine was still only 6 months old, I covered how and why PewDiePie was trying to overtake Smosh and surge to his uncontested #1 spot on YouTube, becoming the world's most famous gamer. Fast forward 3 years to today, and things have changed a lot. Felix has gone from professional gamer to professional reactor. Smosh has split up, and YouTube's biggest creators are Viners who transitioned over like war refugees when Vine died earlier this year. So when you stop to think about it, that one in particular is a weird trend, right? Why are Viners, and Viners specifically, people like Logan and Jake Paul, and Lance Stewart, all of a sudden just blowing up on the YouTube scene? Why that and not, say, someone who's been working really hard on growing their YouTube channel?
Oh, isn't this pretty?
They're exploiting very interesting systems that I am going to expose to you all today. Why on Game Theory? Well, Jake, in another of his mind-melting raps, puts it, well, I won't say puts it fast, but does put it there. We got to make this look easy.
Yo soy el rey de México.
We called it a game, just like I've tried to justify these meta theories for years now. JP and I, man, could I potentially be some awful soul brother here? Could I
Should be a little taller.
Just so bad feces were crazy enough that they took the internet by storm, with people sharing them with each other over things like email and Facebook. Yeah, because that's how it happened back then. The earliest creator celebrities of this era weren't known by their name, but by their video title. The Numa guy.
Yeah, the doorway should be a bit taller.
Guy, sneezing baby panda, keyboard cat. They were the ones who defined what a viral video meant. The silver and gold generation, Gen 2 came next with the rise of channels like Smosh, Jenna Marbles, Ray William Johnson, Grace Helbig, Epic Mealtime, and Heart. These were the first creators to grow communities around what they did, to show a commitment to the platform by uploading the same type of videos every week, creating simple formats like People's Free or My Front Kitchen. They formed brands of what they did, and the smartest of them are still very successful on and
Hey.
off YouTube to this day. They gained a strong amount of relevance.
Is that coffee?
No.
Did you get hot chocolate?
No.
Okay, good, because if you did, I would have murdered you.
No, I found that on the bus.
Creating a loophole that opened the doors to gamers and voices, Minecrafters and unboxers, pregnant Elsons and daily vloggers. Now, I'm not going to talk your ear off about it here since
I'll buy you a Christmas present, Eric.
this crucial switch in my Minecraft Bros YouTube video. If you're interested, just click the eye icon in the upper right corner.
It doesn't.
Yeah, that's where we've been up until
If it about this
What do you think?
from here to here to here in length and thin when you fold it?
point on YouTube and where the J
Damn.
Logan Paul
I'll pay you to buy me one.
That might work.
Seriously?
Depends how much money you have.
$20.
10% is not terrible. Anyways, Nikki, I managed to solve my conundrum regarding having opened Eric's Christmas present.
What?
That shadow didn't reveal much, but it did reveal it's box shaped.
It is box shaped.
Though I do know what it probably is anyways.
What?
And if it is that, I fucking love you and I'm giving you my $20 anyways. Wait, how about I make it 20%? Because I haven't gotten this month's allowance yet, and that would also be $20. So I'd be giving you. Ow! Ah! What the fuck? Ah! What the fuck? Oh! Why did you throw this at me?
So I expected it to twist this way, not this way, becoming a spinning wheel of death.
Yeah, it fucking is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I may be sick, but you're getting up.
It's a shame it's not the European special edition.
Yeah, but I'm getting up to give you fucking help because, oh my god.
And if you would like to make sure, yes, the CD's in there. So, gonna be happy now if I manage to not get you an amiibo? Eric? Okay, I guess that's answer enough. Alright. Hold that, please. Just put that down.
What's different?
CD.
It's special. It's got like CD. Yeah.
Oh, are you just gonna... Have you circumvented the whole brick thing by just modeling all the bricks?
Here, use this to pay for my Christmas.
What do you
I'll
mean?
pay for my Christmas.
Oh, sorry. Just like, you don't have a texture anymore? Of bricks?
Yeah.
Use this to help.
I ain't got any more bricks on my walls.
Use this to help pay
That's
for
a
my
lie, I
Christmas
have bricks on my
That
walls.
feels weird because I'm basically trying you to fight.
Yeah, I was thinking of, instead of having a texture of bricks, in order to as accurately as I can replicate Matt's style, I would have models of bricks slightly poking out of the wall in a darker color.
Is there anything wrong with that?
I will make.
Did you hear what I said?
Not necessarily. I'm busy talking.
I'm gonna make you legitimately honest.
In a darker color.
What is that a reference to?
I'm making you legitimately.
Because men don't like orange either.
I'm legitimately completely honest.
It's a reference to that. Men don't like orange. You know the deal now. Now for men in a darker color, because men don't like orange neither.
What is that from?
Okay. I don't know.
It was someone using Vine to critique the fact that all the men's products were in dark color.
Oh yes, okay.
Really?
So that would basically.
Really?
That would basically be based off of the.
We laughed over that for like 3 minutes.
Christmas, you get like $50 or $75 to help like pay you back.
That might work.
If you get $50 or $75,
that might work. That will severely incline me towards.
Well, actually, I did also just give you my $20, so that would actually be
70 to 95.
Yeah.
Yes, that will work just fine.
Perspective can stop.
And there'll be all I'm asking from you. I know with that deal, I am pushing the limit.
Put that on the table.
The tip?
I don't care where you put it.
It's supposed to go upstairs in Mom's room.
No.
Yeah.
The presents I get you are going in my room.
Oh, okay then. Because I get the soundtrack.
Can I go do my homework now? Okay, you're done.
Warning, you're probably going to get an even bigger one on Christmas. And that's confirmed with the fact that if I get the thing I want, that I'm probably going to kill you with a strange my hug.
Yeah. Ba da la da la da la da la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da da.
Can you stop singing?
Am I that bad?
Yes, you're slightly off key.
You want to hear off key? Okay. La
La da 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 la da da la da 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 la da da.
You're still off key.
Enough noise, today I'm exposing the facts about how you black box.
do 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 do. Do boop 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 boop. Boo boop 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 ba doo. Boop boop ba doo. Boo boop boop. Alexander, can you not do that right now, please? Can you not? I've had it up to here with stress lately. Alexander, I'm going to show you a picture, and then you're going to realize why I want to punch you. Alexander, this is what my view screen looked like earlier. Like 12 different times. All I did was touch something with my cursor and it was like, nope!
Okay, so my singing is stressing you out?
Yes!
Why?
It's making me mad, actually. And that's the same thing as stress in my eyes. It's not funny! Play Giant Woman.
Meow.
Okay, I will be right over there to show you how to do that. This is how you do it.
You got it earlier and then he screwed up. No. No. Da 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 da. Nope, last note's wrong. That's not what I want. Right, I forgot about that bit.
streams are too quiet, and I kind of need people to talk to me for me to say things, and so yeah, that'll be fun. And that color is not supposed to be that blue. It's more gray. I dislike that it does that.
You suck.
Okay, other two people want you to stop.
What the fuck? I was being rude. Do you not understand the concept of rudeness here? That's not the problem here. The problem here is my lack of ease. Move before I regret how wasteful of my time I'm being.
Check out the other awesome Game Series shirts and backpack, only available for 1 more week. Also, I'm signing some of them.
I used to know how to play that!
Special that you can either cherish forever or resell on eBay. Either way,
Also,
regardless, that bit of shameless self-promotion is to show that on YouTube, people tend to watch one video out of curiosity, like the Diamond Spinner or B-Movie meme videos, but then never want to watch another of that type again. But under the old system, all they would see was
if you want,
more of that sort of video. More videos about it.
you can request music.
As such, YouTube needed to take more into account than just search history, and now it does. Just take it straight from Google. Quote, a key advantage
It's called You're Not Using Blender. Wow, thanks, Pied Piper.
that arbitrary, continuous, and categorical features can be easily added to the model. Search history is treated similarly to watch history. Each query is tokenized into unigrams.
Thanks, Pied Piper. That was the best burn.
Yeah, that gobbledygook is what we read for fun around here. In English, what all that garbage means is that
Well, I got 3 people watching me.
what you searched for recently and where you spent the most
I can't believe 3 people have decided I'm a good enough waste of their time. That sounded really wrong. I should not have said that way. That makes it sound like they're wasting their time on me, which they probably are. I'm a useless blob trying to make the best fan art, except it's not fan art. It's not my own work based on something else. It's all heavily based on it. It actually isn't. I'm just recreating something. Although, imitation is apparently the best form of flattery. However, I doubt Matt likes this type of imitation.
Come on, Danky. There's not enough watch time there, especially when you're competing with stuff like 30-minute Let's Play videos and 21-minute hairstyle compilations or 1-hour Vine compilations. To get through that filter, the most important thing is watch time.
Is that everything down here?
Things that people are gonna
No, I need that plug back. Except the last time I did that, it didn't end up doing all that good. Did I mention that I absolutely hate splines? Splines suck. They just don't work in a 3D space. They either extend way off into the distance, like way over here.
19 million views apiece. They're not fooling anyone about who their audience is. When channels we consult for say that their audience is everyone.
And it's just annoying to go and retrieve all the vertices that you place so meticulously, it's not even where you wanted them to go. I hate this program.
By trying to appeal to everyone, you're a lot more likely to reach
But it's the only one I have.
last, but certainly not least, to make it through
And
this
Blender
first
can
filter.
suck it.
The first filter, sorry to say that you're gonna have to get in while the getting's good. Once again, 2 quotes. Freshness. YouTube has a very dynamic corpus with many
Someone should
videos
request
that are
me
uploaded per second.
to make a character because
Model newly uploaded content as well as the latest actions taken by the user. Recommending this recently uploaded fresh content is extremely important for YouTube as a product. We consistently observe that users prefer fresh content. Blah 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 blah. YouTube uses the word freshness a whole lot when it's talking about content, which personally makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. Makes me feel like YouTube is going through my videos and squeezing them to judge them like mangoes, other ripening fruit. Get your hands off my melons, YouTube. But think about it. YouTube wants to show you what's relevant right now. They've actually started caring even more about that recently, which is why a lot of creators have noticed that they don't get video traffic for more than 48 hours or at most a week. This is especially true for popular search terms. The window for trends like fidget spinners shuts fast. So, don't pull a game theory. Do a video using fidget spinners as a case study for how the algorithm works a month after the trend has already moved on. That would be a bad idea. These videos take a long time to make, okay? It's not my fault. And fidget spinners are actually a very accurate example for all the points that we're trying to make in this episode. Just work! Just work! Just flow! Okay? It takes a lot of time, right? Would have been relevant. Do as we say, not as we do. Which means that if you want to stay relevant to the YouTube algorithm, you need to be able to create a format of video that allows you to comment on popular things quickly. Again, not game theory. Absolutely.
what is that from?
Worst possible video style I could have ever chosen, but hey, I'm proud of what we can do. Man, that's a lot of stuff, and it's still only the first filter. Long, focused videos with searchable titles that need to perform well in the first couple of days. Holy cow!
Who are those people?
Pretty much ignore, namely stuff like likes and comments. That's right, to put it in Google's own words, quote, although explicit feedback mechanisms exist on YouTube, thumbs up, down, etc., we use implicit feedback. That means stuff like watch minutes and searches in the model. The choice is based on orders of magnitude more implicit user history available, where explicit feedback is extremely sparse. And that means that compared to the sheer number of views, searches, and watch time, stuff like likes and comments don't stack up and don't actually give a good indication of what is good and what is bad. So we'll be save your voice. When you ask for
Oh,
likes, you
by
might
the
get
way,
more responses,
if
but you should
any of the
edit
music
it.
gets me copyrighted striked, that doesn't matter, I don't care. I'm not monetizing these videos. However, I feel personally offended sometimes when YouTube is like, you have copyrighted music on your video, and I'm like, cool! Thanks! I know! But typically the reason it picks up is probably because I have it a bit too loud, and because I don't talk, like, ever.
It does that by asking how long have other people watched it, whether you're already subscribed to that channel, and how many of that channel's previous videos you've watched. Those last 2 factors are where this gets really interesting for us creators, and they're also the 2 most important parts. As Google says, consider the user's past history with the channel that uploaded the video being scored. How many videos has the user watched from that channel? When was the last time the user watched a video on this topic? These continuous features
Yeah, I never talk. So
So
when YouTube is like, you have copyrighted music, oh shit, fuck.
their topics in a while, all of a sudden you'll stop seeing that channel in your recommended feed, which for a lot of creators means the difference of millions of views. But there's even a little bit more here, Yankee, my friend. All these videos at the top are in hot competition, so YouTube is always A/B testing the top 10 or so recommendations. I might get Infinite Diet Coke Machine as my top video right now, but if I refresh the page, YouTube might swap that out for Diet Coke Addicts Anonymous. Another video that I'm very likely to engage with, and one that I probably should engage with. Seriously though, pull up a tab with your logged in homepage and try it for yourself. Those first few videos are the ones out of all of YouTube that YouTube thinks that you'll like the most.
Fun. Like, this actually sounds fun. Sewers.
Rearranged list with a lot of the same videos, just in a different order. That's the ranking filter at work. A/B testing you in real time. So what can you do to stay in it as a creator? Well, consistency is more important than ever. If you produce one type of video, don't suddenly switch to something else because your subscribers might start skipping videos, which in turn will start filtering your content off their homepage. This syndrome hit the cover artist scene really hard a couple years ago, where one channel started vlogging between songs, others bandwagoned to follow suit, and as a result, all the channels died. Because the vlog started to water down the content that everyone was coming for, the cover songs. It was basically a case of lemmings. Let me follow this person blindly. Oh wait, now we're falling off a cliff. In the gaming space, it was a different but related problem for channels that only covered FNAF. It was all well and good when Scott Cawthon was producing a game like every other week. There was plenty of content to sustain multiple videos. But now that it's taking more time to develop games, the channels that built themselves off of FNAF and FNAF alone don't have content to fill their slates. And slowly those channels start to wither away unless they train their audience to watch stuff that isn't FNAF related. Also, another recommendation, produce content regularly. People can't keep watching your videos if you don't produce them in the first place. There are very few old channels out there that do a pretty good job of getting around this system, but ones like Epic Rap Battles walk a thin and
Okay, this is some funky music and I like it.
Has to perform if they hope to retain visibility to the audience after each of their 5-month-long breaks. And if you thought all that was intense, get this. The ranking network already has access to stuff like the words that are used in the video and how good the thumbnail is. Think that kind of thing is too hard for an algorithm? Well, think again. YouTube has had a thumbnail algorithm for years. It recognizes things like the resolution of the image, whether the thumbnail contains a face, color, styles, all that. It has been training this algorithm for years now. Notice how it's gotten better at auto-generating thumbnails? Like, it used to just take random screenshots at various points throughout the video. Now it tends to select things with a face. Sure, it's not very good, but it's improved because it's studied thousands upon thousands of examples of thumbnails created by some of YouTube's top creators and how many clicks they've gotten in places like recommended and suggested video feeds. On top of all of that, it knows the words you're using so it can create auto captions and filter you out of things like the Kids app. But don't think Big Brother YouTube stops there. If you look at what else Google Brain has in the works, which, yes, is a legitimate department at Google. And what do you want to be when you grow up, Jimmy? I want to be a member of the Google Brain. Creepy. If you look at what else Google Brain has in the works, it becomes pretty clear that YouTube would like to be able to decide much more than just whether a video is good or bad. Take, for instance, Google Research blog about quantifying comedy. That's right, teaching a machine to judge whether a video is funny or not. You think that's impossible? Well, not so fast. Google is well on its way to gauging the funniness level of a video based on the words that people are using to describe it in the comments section. Are they lolling, lolling, or just plain lolling? It certainly matters to Google, which means eventually it could be mattering to us. And finally, Google's latest project that they just published back in February is about object recognition in videos. Right now, all YouTube can really recognize are a few images and rudimentary shapes. But soon, YouTube will know that this is a cat and this is a MatPat. And we'll also be able to follow both of those things around the screen at all the different angles that we might be facing. This gives them a massive amount of information about what's in videos and could lead to a point where our titles and tags don't even matter anymore. Well, all of this seems intense, and it certainly is. The good part is that if the system is made right, it's unbiased and genuinely shows you what is best for you based on the...
Is that Vocaloid music? Cool. What am I looking for?
But at least now you know the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. From the brain of Google itself, translated by my brain and Steph's brain to your brain. So go out there and conquer. I can't wait to see you on the homepage. But hey, that's just a bunch of facts that I translated from a Google engineering paper to help my fellow creators. Thanks for watching.
There's some downsides to using that chat application. Cool. What was I doing? Right. You. Uniform. That is something. This whole room looks fully drawn out. Yuck. And that.
Shout out you guys who are the first comers every week to the show. Because you know what? You guys rock. Thank you so much for supporting the channel over all these years. Anyway, onward to today's episode, which is gonna make you flip. Or at the very least, give you the secret hacks that you need to become the mic-dropping finale at your school's talent show. But in all seriousness, of all the trends to hit big in 2016, bottle flipping was perhaps the most surprising. Sure, we expect the collective mind of the internet to dredge up long-forgotten childhood shows, ironically appreciate terrible movies, recreate popular dance moves, or latch on to trending news stories, but flipping bottles of water so that they can land correctly? That was the big thing of 2016? I mean, I act like it's surprising, but when you really stop to think about it, its massive popularity makes a lot of sense. It's something literally anyone can do, watch, and appreciate. You see it happen and you understand it regardless of how old you are or what language you speak. It's a game that anyone can play for free, and when you get really good and practice a lot, or just have the magic of editing and cut to your best of 100 takes, you can do some really impressive stuff. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, here's the skinny. Bottle flipping entails taking a bottle and tossing it so that it twirls through the air like a gymnast and sticks a 10 out of 10 landing. IGN would flip again. And that's it. AAA game companies, take note. This is the type of game that people want to play these days. Now, despite what Know Your Meme might say, the origins go back as far as 2007 to a video released by a skateboarder named Ben Daleman. But it was this video I alluded to earlier, Michael Senator's epic flip during a school talent show last year, that really caused people to flip out over the flip. From there was a short trip off to the land of the YouTubers, with everyone from Ryan Higa, Dude Perfect, and Fernan Flew giving this trend the viral fire that it needed. But then, why am I talking about this on Game Theory? Well, because it is a game. It's the ultimate mobile game. And also, honestly, it's because a lot of you have been eagerly asking for a more science-heavy episode. And let me tell you, for as elegantly simple as bottle flipping might be, scientifically, it's a completely different story, involving everything from elasticity of collisions to fluid dynamics to momentum to laws of gravity. And if you understand that science, you'll actually have an unfair advantage in your next bottle flipping tournament, or at your next school talent show, or your next visit to grandma's house, or whenever you want to flip a bottle to impress people. Might I recommend your first date? And sure, I get it, yeah, you probably don't want to do it anymore anyway, since you've moved on to the next viral bottle-based trend, like pulling dollar bills out from under bottles. Whatever, okay, I know this episode is an old trend, but damn it, these things take time to research. So here it is, the scientific cheat code that'll get you the upper hand in the world of bottle ballistics. So before you start pitching your old plastic around, your flip can either be made or lost by the very first choice that you make, the bottle. Think about it, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different brands of bottled water on the market, and almost all of them have different bottle shapes, heights, even thicknesses of plastic, and picking the right one can make the difference between becoming a flipping champ or a flipping chump. So if you think of bottle flipping as a video game, then think of your choice of bottle as the difficulty slider. The typical bottle most people are using, rounded bottle, thin plastic like pull-in springs, those are effectively the normal setting. Not too hard, not too easy, just a good sweet spot
Liz Wall Brick Arch.
Jug and a bottle of Diet Coke because, let's be honest, I have a problem. Now, the Diet Coke bottle is the bottle flipping equivalent of hard mode, and the reason for that is surface area. Notice that the bottom isn't round like the other two, but rather has multiple prongs. Now, under normal usage, that's a great shape. It gives the bottle added stability. In fact, as someone who has an unhealthy addiction to soda, and by proxy a lot of useless knowledge about the history of soda, I can tell you, in the early days of 2-liter bottles, they needed an extra black cap at the base of the bottle to maintain the bottle's ability to stand up. That system existed until it became difficult to recycle the two separate plastic pieces, and a new process had to be designed, these prong bottles. Man, Diet Coke, you truly are a work of art. Yeah, all you other sodas who have the exact same bottle, you're fine too, but Diet Coke, beautiful, both inside and out. For normal use anyway, when flipping bottles, it is a completely different story. You see, in physics, the energy of being in motion is called kinetic energy, and the word elasticity is a measure of how much kinetic energy remains as kinetic energy after two objects combine. To give you an example, let's look at anime, in a scene that, now that I watch it over again, I should really be covering over on film theory. I mean, look at space collapsing. There is so much science that I can cover in that thing. Anyway, Goku punches Krillin in the face. Goku's fist has a bunch of kinetic or movement energy. That then gets transferred into Krillin's face and body, launching him off for miles. So one would say that the elasticity of that collision of fist to face is really high. The kinetic energy of Goku's fist stays as movement energy as Krillin flies through the air. Seriously though, the more times I watch this scene over and over, the more I realize I need to cover that over on film. Making a note right now. So that's an elastic collision. The more classic and boring example that you probably heard in school are two pool balls hitting each other. Alternatively, there are inelastic collisions, where the kinetic energy is transformed into deforming the material, or where energy is lost in other ways, like heat and sound. The Goku punch example isn't perfectly elastic because some of his punch energy is lost deforming Krillin's face. Look at that, that has gotta hurt. If Krillin has one superpower outside of destructo discs, which are really cool, it's the fact that he is like a human punching bag that takes punishment for days. A good example of an inelastic collision is two balls of clay thrown together. They stick, there is no bounce. All the kinetic energy of the two balls moving is lost as they deform into one larger ball. Now, knowing all that, look at our bottle flip. It's plastic hitting a table, so the collision will be mostly elastic, like the pool balls, where the kinetic energy of the bottle falling is preserved. In fact, we measured and it's a force of about 50 newtons. That in and of itself isn't too much, but the table isn't gonna move, right? So that movement energy has to go somewhere, and that's back into the bottle, which is causing it to bounce. The plastic of the bottle compresses ever so slightly and then springs back into position, just like an actual spring, causing it to rebound from the table and potentially costing you your glorious moment at the talent show and the subsequent tour around the talk show circuit. And I was so close to you, Jimmy Fallon. One day. Now, 50 newtons isn't going to cause a whole lot of bounce when it's spread out over a wide surface, like, say, the rounded bottom of your average water bottle, but the prongs, that force gets moved to the very small area that's actually hitting the table, causing the bottle to rebound higher and thus making it harder to get that perfect landing. On the other end of the spectrum are the large jugs of water. Well, YouTube channels might try to make this seem like it's super impressive that they're just landing these flips, that these are the most extreme flips out there. They're just wrong, or lying to you, or clickbait. These things are flipping easy mode. Part of it is the huge surface area of the base, but to see why these are the clear choice for any flipping dudes, we need to talk about the other element in the room, finding the perfect water level. Empty water bottles weigh practically nothing. My pro level flip bottle weighs in at a mere 17 grams. And if you have an empty water bottle just sitting on the table, its center of mass, which is basically the point on the bottle where all the mass averages out, is right around the middle. But water is a lot heavier than plastic, and when you put something that's significantly more massive, like water, into a bottle, the center of mass is going to move. In this case, it moves downward. There's more mass on the bottom of the bottle than on the top, and thus the place where the mass averages out is going to end up a lot lower. Now, why is that important? It's because the center of mass sometimes goes by another name, the center of gravity. And gravity, as the biggest thing standing between you and that perfect bottle flip, pulls from the center of gravity. So the lower the center of gravity is, the less likely that bottle is going to tip over when you flip it. Think about it this way. And Edward, huge clap and a half to you to be demonstrating visually how this all works. Because this is the sort of thing that, sure, I can explain it the best I can, but it really helps to see it. So A+ on the visuals, even though I'm recording this before the visuals are done, so don't screw it up, Edward. Don't do it. Don't you screw it up, Edward. it want to stand back up instead of falling over, thus allowing you to walk off the high school stage head held high. But if you overfill the bottle with water, now the center of gravity is much higher, the point at which all the mass is averaged out has crept back upwards. When that happens and it's tipped to the left, the center of mass is now to the left of the tipping point, and gravity will pull the bottle down, causing it to fall and causing you to take the walk of shame for the rest of 10th grade, or move to another school district. This is why getting just the right amount of water is tricky and essential. You need to put in enough water in the bottle so that the center of mass goes about as far down as it can get without inadvertently allowing that center of gravity to creep back upwards by overfilling. And yeah, I know that the comments are already rolling in from you general relativity fanboys. Just chill out, everything is coming up Isaac Newton today. You'll have your relativity episodes, I promise. In fact, if I remember right, I think the first ever episode of Game Theory touched on relativity topics. So there you go. Hashtag an apple a day gives Newton the respect.
It's an interesting song, and I like it.
The ideal sweet spot is going to be filling up that bottle to the 1/3 mark. It's there that the center of mass is going to be about as low as it.
What was I doing?
Now, obviously, all bottles are different.
Right.
Surefire technique. Eyeball the 1/3 location and try to tip your bottle over at a 45-degree angle and then let it go. If it falls back upright, congratulations, you did it. If it falls over, that means your center of mass is too high, so start chugging some water. Those wide, short, squat water cooler bottles are the easiest ones to flip. They're the ones where keeping the center of gravity low is a cinch. Just look at the jugs in this video.
With me.
The water jugs in this dude perfect video. I mean, geez. Anyway, those jugs are barely filled, and that's because it doesn't take a lot of water to weigh these puppies down, getting their center of mass low.
Okay, this is pretty great. Dugong, why have you brought this beauty into my life? What was I doing? What do I have yet to do? Close that. No, wait. Well, I have all the sub 10 stuff yet to do. Like, especially the resin. Oh god, the resin. Oh, except I will have to get up. But now I'm gonna have to go get something.
Actually, no. If you are on your way to the garage right now, stop. Come on back. Come back, please. Hopefully you're still listening to me. It's dangerous. Instead, let's visit history's most famous.
When is Taekwondo today?
The Hammer Bros. Notice how the hammer twirls all lopsided before finally landing? Well, it's because of our old friend, center of mass. Objects
I gotta leave at like 5 for that.
Hammers, which traditionally have wooden handles and steel heads, have a hugely lopsided center of mass and rotate around that. But the cool part is, for as chaotic as that movement looks, if you trace the trajectory of the center of mass, it will always follow a perfect arc. I mean, look at any Mario game. Even though the handle's moving everywhere, the hammer head is consistently falling in an arc. Well done, Nintendo. Way to pay attention to the laws of physics. Except, I guess, for an Italian plumber being able to launch himself hundreds of feet into the air. So, well done picking and choosing your physics battles, I guess? Anyway, trust me, I'm not just saying this based on a video game. In real life, tossing hammers acts the same way. Toss a hammer safely and outside, please, and you'll see the exact same thing happen. Or, better yet, watch a video on YouTube. I'm sure one exists. Here's one right here. Literally anything you want is on YouTube. But here's the thing, for as complicated as throwing a hammer
All the sub 10 things. But I can do that later. The resin is going to kill me. The dirt piles from sub 5 are going to kill me.
Makes sense, right? Anyway, when you flip the bottle into the air, the center of mass is shifting as the mass of the water moves around in the bottle. As it does this, the water robs the bottle of angular momentum or spin. This becomes most dramatic just after the bottle flips, when the water sloshes around and goes from being in the
I have to go get some things from the deep freeze.
which simultaneously help push the bottle down, allowing for that signature straight up landing. How this knowledge helps you is that most newbie bottle flippers include too much horizontal velocity. You're throwing the bottle too far forward. Notice Michael's toss, both at the talent show and on Stephen Colbert. It barely moves forward. You see, if the bottle is moving forward too fast, when it lands, the bottle's movement is suddenly stopped, but the water inside the bottle still wants to move forward. actually helps knock the bottle over. The key here is to try to use as much force upward while also putting that spin on the bottle. The best way to do this is to make sure that the bottle is parallel with the ground when you release it. This sends the center of mass straight upward. Since you're holding on to the other end, the bottle will naturally rotate as you let go. So there you have it. The steps to a perfect flip. Choose a bottle with firmer plastic and a wide base like a Fiji bottle. Fill that bottle to about a third full, double checking the exact level by doing that 45-degree fall test to measure where the center of gravity is at. And then practice your toss so that you release it in parallel with the ground and try to minimize its forward momentum. But if you want even more of an edge, consider swapping out the water in the bottle for mercury. As the heaviest liquid at room temperature, that should lower the center of mass to amazing depths, while still maintaining all the benefits of fluid dynamics. Just, fair warning, don't drink it. Or touch it, for that matter. Or do anything with it, really, because it's toxic. Like deadly levels of toxic. Between mercury and hammer tossing today have been filled with bad ideas. Who would have suspected that bottle flipping is the deadliest game? But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. But before you go, if you'd like to pick up the ultimate bottle flip challenge, then click right here to see our episode of GT Live. Winner gets the glory.
Gotta make all those wires. All those tiny rocks. This can all be textures. All these bricks, but not that's not a texture.
That's no joke. That is literally a tool that YouTube has and that I'm testing out in that box to the right. So let me know what it put there for you and whether you thought it was in fact the best video for your walk session. So all that being said, excuse me, I've got a rematch to attend. See ya next week. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game. Excuse me. I am so sorry for this. Pirate said the first time he served spaghetti to Briggs. Bon appetit. Gaster, man speaks in. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Global Gamer. So just as a reminder,
What if we just work out a discount?
Black is straight lines. That rock.
Speaking of my console here, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite show on the internet.
oh, Commander Shepard, I bet you say that to all the creators. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the kindling for Internet flame wars. I am your lightning rod of hate, Internet. Let it flow through me. And I am sure today will be no different because we're tackling one of the most infamous, controversial theories from all of gaming. With Mass Effect Andromeda just dropping into our systems, and probably dropping out after you're scared away by faces that exist in only the uncanniest of valleys, for as low of a point as this may be for the series, it can't compare with the true lowest moment, the end of the original trilogy. Because if you thought running around Citadel 2.0 like you have to poop is as low as this series has gotten, just try the crushing blow that comes with a series building up the importance of your choices across 3 epic games, only to receive an ending with no final boss and all those carefully crafted choices amounting to a different colored beam flying across the sky. It's like a disappointing more you know PSA. And now, 5 years later, with all the dust settled, the series moving on, and all the angry gamer rage focused on the new installments, I figured now was the perfect time to look back and give indoctrination theory the proper game theorist treatment, coming to a final and definitive conclusion now that all the revised endings and DLC for the original trilogy are out. Now, for all the hoopla around rolling in the astral hay with sexy blue aliens, the Mass Effect trilogy is, at its core, all about Commander Shepard's quest to stop an invasion invasion of galaxy-destroying creatures called
Got that rock in there.
constructs designed to purge civilizations when they become
Hooray.
too advanced. Eddie-1 is an interplanetary
Got a rock.
Saren, a good guy gone rogue, brainwashed by the Reaper.
What am I doing with my life?
Him plays out as a thrilling standoff or a tricky negotiation as he fades in and out of control over his own mind. Mass Effect 2 is a race for ownership over Reaper technology, a race against a mysterious figure known as the Elusive Man, who's looking to control the Reaper tech and make humans the species to rule all others in outer space. That game ends with an epic boss battle inside a derelict Reaper, and you having to decide whether the Elusive Man gets a hold of any of the remaining tech from them. And Mass Effect 3 is when the Reapers finally get to Earth, and oh boy, we get wrecked. But through countless sacrifices, the galaxy comes together to activate the Catalyst, the one weapon that may be able to stop the Reapers. The game ends not with the traditional boss fight like the first two, but rather with a really long, confusing talk with a hologram. The hologram that's a little kid. After speaking with this kid long enough to get you on some watch lists, as well as a surprise party with Chris Hansen, he informs you that you have 3 choices to ending the game. You can destroy the Reapers, along with every other synthetic intelligence in the galaxy. You can control the Reapers by turning them into your own personal army/police force, or you can synthesize, turning everything in the galaxy into a synthetic organic hybrid. Because, yeah, apparently that's a thing that's not only possible, but can be achieved simply by shining a bunch of green lights on people. Oh, look at their pretty, green, glowing, futuristic eyes. The future is so cool. Man, if every time a green light was shown on someone you fused with a machine, nightclubs would have people walking around with, like, blenders fused to their foreheads. Anyway, make your choice, cue the respective colored lights, and wow, ending! Much satisfied. When Mass Effect 3 first launched, this ending felt like a slap in the face. It felt wrong to a lot of people. I mean,
What was I gonna do? I got distracted.
Robots, zombies, dismantled crime syndicates, headbutted Rogan, and shot a Reaper in the face, only to have the game end with a conversation with a holographic kid and 3 color-coded choices. And it didn't just feel wrong because of the brevity either. There was just something
That's my brother
about the whole thing.
being a dummy.
What the child was saying made no logical sense. The order of events started to get all hazy. Characters started to appear in places that logically
Yeah, I'll worry about sub 10 later. Wires. Let's start with a wire.
And remember, this was 5 years ago. Good animation. Well, good-ish. Fans felt a disturbance in the force that told them that there was more to this than initially appeared. There had to be. There had to be. So a veritable army of YouTubers, Redditors, and BioWare forum members joined forces to pick apart the game, the series, and the endings frame by frame. And they arrived at one spectacular conclusion. The ending was a lie. It was happening in Shepard's head. The final test of the game wasn't a traditional boss battle, but rather a battle of wills. Shepard's mind fighting against the Reapers in indoctrination. And that's where I began. So, what is...
Have I mentioned that I hate this program?
Reaper indoctrination is an insidious means of corrupting organic minds, reprogramming the brain
Because I do.
and psychological conditioning using electromagnetic fields, infrasonic,
I hate it
ultrasonic noise, and other subliminal
so much.
The Reaper's resulting control over the limbic system leaves the victim highly susceptible to its suggestions. Organics undergoing indoctrination may complain of headaches and buzzing or ringing in their ears. As time passes, they have feelings of being watched.
Now you
and
get to be
hallucinations of ghostly presence.
that color.
Ultimately, the Reaper gains the ability to use the victim's
And what shape do you take?
manifesting as alien voices in the mind. Indoctrination can create perfect deep cover agents. A Reaper's suggestions can manipulate victims into betraying friends, trusting enemies, or viewing the Reaper itself with superstitious awe. Should a Reaper subvert a well-placed political or military leader, the resulting chaos can bring down nations. Long-term physical effects of the manipulation...
And this is why I hate this program.
Higher mental functioning decays, ultimately leaving the victim a gibbering animal. Rapid indoctrination is possible, but causes this decay in days or weeks. Small, patient indoctrination allows the thrall to last for months or years.
So to summarize, it's brainwashing that results from infrasonic sound and symptoms that include hearing buzzing sounds and seeing ghostly hallucinations. Other indoctrinated organisms can amplify the signal, and the most
There's there's no reasonable restraint on where to put those vertices. They're placed tens of thousands of units away, and that's just like, no! You don't do that! That's not how this works!
And that includes quote-unquote dead Reapers. We very clearly see this happen in Mass Effect 2. One of the side missions specifically has us hearing about a team of scientists who were studying defunct Reaper tech and then went crazy. They started seeing things and ultimately killed each other. We even witnessed the change.
I'm just gonna stare at this, because some people I know are gonna show up for the last, like, 10 minutes of my stream. Sorry, 20 minutes.
Cooperation with them, he could prove that organics were useful. Once I understood this, I joined Solid. Though I was aware of the dangers.
The elusive Mad, by contrast, was also indoctrinated, but he believed that he could use Reaper technology to control them. But in reality, they ended up being the ones controlling him.
Never in control. Because we already controlled him.
So very clearly, indoctrination is something thoroughly fleshed out throughout all 3 games in the series. This isn't some random side codec entry that someone thought would be fun to add in the end. This is an omnipresent motif throughout all 3 installments.
Who is this?
We witness the effects as we see it infect other main characters. Ultimately, indoctrination is the most terrifying power the Reapers have. Even more frightening than their ability to melt entire cities in mere moments, because even the act of fighting the physical threat of these aliens puts you in harm's way of the psychological threat that they pose. And knowing this, you can already see the huge problem Commander Shepard and his team are facing. Throughout the Mass Effect trilogy, Shepard has had personal conversations with 3 separate Reapers. He's come into contact and handled several dozen Reaper artifacts, was in close proximity to Zaren's ship Sovran, an active Reaper, and
Oh boy.
in Mass Effect 2 inside a dead Reaper.
Oh boy.
Indoctrinated people who have visited it in the past. The writing is on the wall. By the time
I hate 3D modeling. Okay, you can just... You're tens of thousands... Wait. Exactly how far away were you? You were up near 0. And... my creation is nearly 40,000 units.
First attack on Earth, Shepard finds this kid, this random nameless kid playing, and then finds him later hiding in an air shaft once the Reaper attack starts. Since he has no name, let's instead call him Hoodie McBiscuits. Shepard turns away, and little Hoodie McBiscuits does his best Batman
10,000 units.
disappearing when Shepard turns. Minutes later, Hoodie McBiscuits reappears, but this time loading into a rescue vehicle. But gosh darn it, wouldn't you know it, the vehicle gets destroyed by a Reaper blast, right in Shepard's line of vision. Oh no, so sad, much tragic. Rip Hoodie, you will be remembered. Now, for the rest of the game, Shepard is haunted by nightmares featuring greasy black shadows, where he's forced to chase Hoodie as
What's with all the kappas? You can't be sarcastic all the time.
crew members to their deaths. But oh no, it's this random boy that keeps him awake at night. And not only that, McBiscuits is such an important symbol to the game that the Catalyst, the weapon built to finish off the Reapers, speaks to Shepard by taking its form. And at no point in any of this does Shepard ever question the Catalyst about its choice of shape. They never stop for a second to go, hey, how come you look exactly like this little boy that's been haunting my dreams for weeks? Also,
Smooth.
when I catch you. But for as random as these dreams appear, it proves that something is in his head. The AI behind Starchild, whether it's a force for good or evil, is clearly able to access Shepard's brain because it knows that this shape of a hoodie wearing hoodlum is important to it. Before we dive full out into Starchild's final scene, because Lord knows there's a whole lot to unpack there, let's take a step back and re-examine this hoodie wearing son of a biscuit from his first appearance. Because our favorite neighborhood scamp Hoodie, well, he's never existed in the first place. He's a construct implanted into Shepard's mind by the Reapers. The evidence is subtle at first, but undeniable once you start looking for it. One, nobody at all.
Did I mention that I hate 3D modeling?
Acknowledges this child. He's playing alone at the beginning while Shepard watches. He's alone in the air duct while Shepard talks to him. Getting on the rescue ship, these soldiers help everyone else into the shuttle, and look at how they don't help that kid. Either these soldiers have never heard of women and children first, or they're not helping because there's nobody actually there to help. Consider this. During the air duct Shepherd, and when you look back, poof, the kid has disappeared. It's curious how the kid pulled the David Blaine and escaped so quickly from a confined space, but even more interesting is at that instant, a Reaper nearby lets out a loud screech. Why does that matter? It's something that Reapers do in the book Mass Effect Retribution when they fail to indoctrinate another character by the name of Paul Grayson. It would seem as though Shepard was falling under the thrall of the Reapers and was temporarily snapped out of it by Anderson, causing the kid to disappear and the Reaper to emit that sound. Now, before we dig into more specifics around that sound, first I need to address the random dreams that come after this moment. Like I said, from this moment on, Shepard constantly has these nightmares featuring smoky black shadows. Well, wouldn't you know it, but having dreams with shadows is another byproduct of the Reaper indoctrination process. Rewinding all the way back to Mass Effect 1, a critical mission that ripples through the entire rest of the series involves Shepard deciding whether or not to kill the Rachni Queen, mother of a species of creepy insect aliens. When interrogating her about the violent actions of her species past, the Queen mentions a strange, sour tone coming from deep space, a tone that caused everyone to obey. A tone of space influenced singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. A sour tone that prompted them to have dark dreams featuring, quote, songs the color of oily shadows. Now, back in Mass Effect 3, when we speak to the Rachni Queen again, she once again speaks about that sour note, only now it's more powerful and she says who it's coming from. A race of machines. Later in the dialogue, it's officially confirmed. This race of machines making these sour notes are the Reapers. Do you still feel the Reapers? So putting together the pieces, the Reapers are trying to indoctrinate the Rachni with their infrasound. Those sour notes, notes that, as we learned in ME1, cause dreams with oily black shadows. Shadows just like the ones that are appearing in Shepard's nightmares. Sure, it could just be a huge coincidence that the first time Shepard sees the child, the day all these dreams are triggered, dreams that
Holy gosh.
dreams other indoctrinated species have had. It just so happens to be the very first day that the Reapers show up. Yeah, it could be, but it's not. And science proves
Why would I have all your favorite FFZ emotes? I have all the FFZ emotes I want. Such as... Sorry, I gotta scroll down. This. And... These. Of which this one and this one I made myself. Haha. And these are cute. And rainbow dicks, so you know.
Long story short though, for today's episode, there's sound waves that run at under 20 hertz, which is definitely outside the normal range of hearing for humans. And sounds at those wavelengths.
Yeah. I saw it on Danimal Sounds. CC Slicknick. FFZ.
That means that most of the energy produced by Reaper vocalizations are in the 30 hertz and less range. Seriously, I ran their sounds for a spectral analysis, and this is what showed up. Infrasound has lots of it. Reapers are literally writing code into people's brains using sound and causing them to see things. Things like, oh, I don't know, a small child getting blasted as he tries to escape the planet. Or, better yet, an astral projection of the safe kid, the Star Child. But obviously the question is, how does that prove the Reaper's arrival on Earth is what prompts Shepard's indoctrination? Well, sound waves follow the inverse square law, and as a result they get exponentially less powerful as you get further away from their source. That's why folks need to be physically close to Reaper tech in order to feel its effects. And so, when they're super close, just like your next door neighbor's dog barking nonstop all night, the sound is super powerful and the effects are at their peak. That's why the Reapers, now on Earth, can precisely control exactly what Shepard is seeing whenever they want. They close that distance. That's why Shepard's indoctrination is so strong throughout Mass Effect 3. Indoctrination is an assault on the will of organics, and creating an innocent victim that just so so hold tight, my theorists. More Mass Effect is on the way. But first, I have a question for you.
Where'd other person go?
Feel like this after shaving? Well, now
Where did
you'll
other person?
feel like this. That's right,
Where did
you two can have
this
strong,
person go?
masculine chin and smooth
Nicholson, 1992. Where did they go?
dollar
Who are they, by the way?
only. Get this.
I think I know who they are, but
dollarshaveclub.com/MatPat, MATPAT, and place your order. Boom.
ah! That hurt my neck.
This episode brought to you by Stars, fans sharing video reactions to movies, TV, and trailers. Also brought to you by Skillshare, classes taught by expert practitioners for your career or for your passions. My God, I didn't think you needed to travel to another dimension to prove your love of Christmas. Well, this is said to be the dimension that loves Christmas the most. I feel like I welcome this holiday to join them all. Nobody loves Christmas more than me. To death.
My God, I made this one.
The last of the Christmasians. It has to be.
Cool, I have no idea who that is.
Let's take some ass.
The last time I messed with splines and creating something like this,
The Christmasian queen.
My God, it's doubled in size. My God, I thought this was gonna be a challenge.
My God, she's gonna breathe presents on us.
Yuletide chainsaws. Clever girl.
She's spitting gift wrap bullets at us. She needs spaceships, just what I wanted.
How did she manage to get bows so small?
Oh no, she's gonna finish us off with a holiday flamethrower.
Just like on my Amazon wish list. Baby, you mess with the wrong holiday.
Croyo is a sad yo-yo. So does Croyo. Where does the sound go? Huh.
Maybe we should stop trying to top ourselves every year with Christmas trees. Get a little unhappy.
Excuse me? It's your? Now, sorry to disappoint all you people, but I have Taekwondo soon, and I have to leave soon for that, right? Alexander!
Remember, so you don't have. Well, as many of you know, I reviewed what I considered the
When is
worst
ideal to
thing
leave?
ever, the Christmas tree. With its lack of effort, caring, and complete
About quarter
disinterest
after.
in
Cool.
everything Christmas.
Wait, is it almost 5 already?
Yeah,
That's almost 5.
But the internet said hold my beer and apparently found the Christmas special even worse. That is supposed to be Rhapsody
Shit.
Kids Believe in Santa.
Stardust Sprinkle Shine hasn't shown up in a while. The dragon just disappeared. Because that's a bot. Optimal Primal just asked to be modded and I was like, okay, fine. I Like Cakes is someone from who I befriended in another chat. Kroyo is someone I befriended because of the submachine. And then,
Princess Belle, Paige O'Hara, Azula, Grey Delisle, Black Power Ranger, Walter Jones, and TV's Deborah
Cody
Wilson,
and Skywire.
Bart Simpson, Nancy Cartwright, who also has a producing credit on it. A goddamn producing
Cody
credit!
9992, Skywire 111. Oh, that's cute.
How did this make
That's
it
a
to air?
lovely
How did
coincidence.
they get all these people involved? Well, surely there must be something that... There must just be something. Anything. God. Am I wrong or did I have
Alexander!
Please suck out of me. Later. Miss you. This is Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa. Oh, look, South Park's animation somehow managed to get cheaper. Yeah, music by... I'm totally Danny Elfman, everybody. I'm totally Danny Elfman. Thus we see one of our main characters walking home.
It was the week before Christmas, and I'm talking. I spent the day shopping with my brother walking.
Don't be alarmed by the red that you're seeing. It's just your eyes bleeding from watching the animation. Fear not, you don't.
Did I really? Fairly sure I didn't befriend you just for that.
He's just dropping some mad hits on his way home from school.
I better when you leave, you better know it. You ready, Santa Claus to start decking the halls with gifts.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yes, eager viewer, I know it's time to ask. He does rap all throughout the entire special.
It's for Nicole, the honey. I know she's into money. I'm a decorating master, the one is fast.
Anyway, I
He's closest to the ground.
have to go because Taekwondo is the thing.
I've been told this coming year is the beginning.
Oh, trust me, there's no forgiving in any of this. Hey, look, he leaves no footprints in the snow.
And exercise is good for you. Peace out. I will see you all
He gets the smile of a serial killer.
tomorrow.
All the toys in the store.
Will I see you tomorrow?
And no more.
Probably.
He was looking down at the animation.
Actually, it's higher than I expected. He eventually goes home to look at his teddy bear. His mom gave him.
So yeah, that's fun.
So he'll give this bear cuts of love.
Yeah, no, I have tomorrow. I have driving lessons, and that's it. And then Friday,
So I'll give this
nothing.
because of love.
Don't worry, though, the visuals explain it better.
I'll see you tomorrow.